I'm head to the church.
Right.
I think that's what I was doing,
Probably.
or
Can we
whatever
get?
it's called.
Let's look at your goals real quick.
Was it the Enclave?
So it looks like last session, Theta worked towards some of theirs, and then I believe you finished one goal and worked towards one
I
other.
finished one, worked on another one, and I'm still pissed that I'm only 500 away from leveling.
It's an ominous giggle.
So I did
So,
update one goal.
okay,
It's the
cool.
Theta special. Ominous giggling.
Boop.
I still
Oh,
want to get that art of Theta and Wolfsbane in the Bill and Ted position with alpha wolves in the background.
Yeah, that will be fun.
cool. So, Theta, your goals haven't changed. Unlock
No,
further potential in the Voidborn, survive this
I'm
war,
a single-minded person.
and kill one of the motherfuckers I've been trying to kill for like a year now or something. And Wolfsbane, your goals are to kill Desmond, get into the underground Dwarven city, and get some sick ass shit from Shaper. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So last session, I wasn't able to get the recap done like I told you, but I can do my best to lay out the events therein again, just so it's fresh in our minds and all that. So we started off the session with you two leaving the inn. You witnessed a brief scuffle in the street as you were heading south to the general store so you can purchase some rations. A woman seemed to have an altercation with a dwarven tailor who thought that she had been stolen from. Ooh, destiny point for me. Yay. Yeah, so she said that she said to Wolfsbane that she had 250 gold stolen from her since she had entered the gate, and that she was pretty sure this tailor did it, but she was in a hurry, so she didn't stop to cause any problems. Then she headed up the hill. Uh, then you guys stopped in the general store with a tailor by the name of Tallregard, if you recall. And then you met his friend later on who sold you some rations and helped you get a little high. His name was Eric. Also, you shared a couple of moments because you both recognized a song from your past, a worker song of Slaven origin. Slaven? Is that a word? Maybe. Of slave
I think
origin.
It's
so.
just a slave song.
Yeah, it's a slave song from, like, in the South. And,
Yeah, like
yeah,
what's that one? I don't know. I was gonna say something I forgot what it was.
yeah. So you departed there, and then you went up the hill and down a path through some winding mountains that took you a couple of minutes, and you ended up in the Hall of the Order of the Forge, where you met four characters. You met Firemaster Alland. You met a person named Keeper Sorn, who was helping him construct something based on a diagram he got in a book. And you met both scriveners Clark and Moore were their names. Namely, the librarian-looking one got coughed on, and uh, they wanted to hold you here, or they wanted to hold you in the Order of the Forge building until you were cleared by the Fire Master. But Theta used Misty Step to step on the other side of the door, and then Wolfsbane negotiated his way through. Then you departed to the ravine. You went down, down, down into the burning ring of fire and past the ring of fire into a magical crypt of some sort, a force field lingering outside of the front of it, uh, led to, seeing through it, you saw a downtrodden, decrepit crypt. And then when you passed through the barrier, it turned into a well lit, brand new crypt with empty coffins. And so you navigated through that for a while before deciding to enter a coffin, which then transported you to the older, more worn version of the crypt. There, you met a person named Grimm, who was the crypt keeper, and he led you to a door, a very ornate, magically sealed door. Looks like it needs a key of some sort, as Wolfsbane, opened up a casket and talked to an architect. And that is about where we left off last session, because we were leaving, and Theta and Wolfsbane both were just making it out. Theta made it a little bit sooner, so where would Theta have gone immediately? I think you said to the inn, right?
Yes, Theta would have gone to where Wolfsbane would go next, as to not, you know,
Yeah.
basically like neutral ground. Ah, yes, this is where me and Wolfsbane would go if we had nowhere else to go. The inn.
Makes sense. Yeah, and Wolfsbane, you stand at the top of the hill in the sort of Parthenon Columbarian building. You look down upon the city, the high walls in the distance, the inn visible off the left-hand side of the road. Where do you go?
Uh, First, I'll drop by the inn.
Yeah. Let me see. Determining whether or not this happens now or later. Okay. Yeah, so you're heading down the road when you you see the sign to the inn. You go in and you're regarded with a curtly nod from the bartender. It seems to be the blonde dwarf manning the counter at this hour. It's a little bit late. It's around like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. You go upstairs and go back to your room, I assume.
Yeah. You said it's a wait. How late is it at night?
It's like 11:30. It's pretty late. Because you took a long rest in the crypt while you were down
Oh
there.
yeah. Then I would just go back to my room.
Yeah. Yeah, so Theta Wolfsbane enters the room.
Theta is just sitting there kicking his feet. Oh, what's up?
Nothing much. Before you ran out, I basically brought one of the old Dwarven architects back to life and asked him a few questions.
Yeah, where'd that get you?
Not very far. Apparently, there's a key in for one of the doors, and what I'm guessing is it's what the fire guy and the whatever master cooking up back at the hall.
Does any of this really concern us too terribly?
Well, considering Shaper is most definitely behind that damn door, yeah.
Great. Yeah, I suppose. Well, what do you suggest we do?
I suggest we go the hell to sleep. Then in the morning we go back to the church. We were paid to lead them there after all anyway, so might as well.
Works for me.
Yeah, so you engage in another long rest. Your third in like 2 days. No,
I
like
mean,
a little under
just-
2 days. You're getting well rested, you know.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
mostly just reading the book for me, but
sure. Yeah, so you would wake up around 7 in the morning then. There's some you do hear in the middle of the night, you hear some sort of scuffling outside, but it seems to subside after a short time.
who is making all of that racket?
You get up
Go
and
check it out or leave it alone.
I'm gonna check it out. Why wouldn't I?
what's
It is kind of a thing.
You like look out the window, or how do you check it out?
I fucking look out the window. Yeah.
Yeah, you stick your head out and you see two in like the alley between this inn and a residential building beside the inn. There is a group of two like hooded individuals that are backing up a dwarf to the residential building, and they're sort of holding a blade to their neck. One seems to be speaking to them. You can't make out what they're saying.
Oh, god damn. Well, there's only one choice. Obviously, I have to intervene. How many feet are they from me?
It's about 40 feet down and like across the alley.
Alright. I have things that I can do.
Uh-oh.
God damn, I wish I had. I can fall 10 feet, right?
Yeah,
Without taking any damage.
10 feet's not terrible, and you've been in the wild, and yeah. What's your strength score?
It's like 11.
Yeah,
12 actually.
yeah.
I
If
think
you
12.
if you if
No,
it
it's 15. I have a strength score of 15.
yeah, you could easily fall down that with no problem.
Okay, then I'm gonna take a free misty step 30 feet down, fall the extra 10, and then I'm going to dominate person one of them.
Oh, okay,
The one with the knife in particular.
sure.
The one that's aggressing.
Do you wake Wolfsbane up before you attempt this?
Is he not already awake?
This is like in the middle of the night, so it would be like he would be asleep.
Yeah, I'll nudge him awake and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna cause some problems on purpose, real quick. Come if
Need
I
any help?
scream." No, I don't think so, but just letting you know what I'm up to. You know,
Sounds
communication
good.
between besties.
Communicating southly. Good job, thank
Yeah, of course. All right, boom. Dominate person. Roll, bitch.
One
Roll.
second. I'm
What's your
edit-
wisdom, fucker? Bitch.
Sorry, just rolling wisdom save.
Yeah.
Oh, they fail.
Oh yeah, that's a hard fail.
Roll initiative.
Okay.
Where's the fucking initiative button? Oh no.
Wow. Nice.
It's just plus your dex bonus, right?
Yeah, I don't have one, so.
Yeah.
And a +5 if you have alert.
Hmm.
No, I don't think there were any NPCs with the alert action or feature.
It doesn't say anything in there about it. So this is for the first guy, and that's for the second guy. So 7, 11. So you woke Wolfsbane up, or you didn't?
I did, and I told him what was up.
Okay. Do you want to roll initiative, Wolfsbane?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so
He doesn't
dominate
have to.
person, you so to beguile a humanoid that you could
I guess
see
I
within
will in
range.
case I jump in. But I'm probably not going to.
It has advantage
so
on the
it's
saving throw while the
simple.
target is charmed. So it just makes them friendly towards you?
Yeah.
No. Wait.
More so, it makes it subservient
Dex,
to
right?
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's roll 1d20 plus 3.
Let me
There you go, 8.
sketch out a fucking battle map real quick. It's not like anything complicated. It's just an alleyway, basically. We'll do it off the coast of here in the Wall. Why not? So there you go. That's that. So there's
Hello.
these two dudes.
I can handle two men.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's just these two guys, and then there's a person who is right off of there. Mystery person. Why is it so big? So he's like there, and they're pinning him against the wall, and the window would have been like right around here. So you could probably,
I'm like, here,
yeah, you could land anywhere, like in that area.
that works.
Okay, and Wolfsbane got an 8. Yeah. So you hop down out of the window, and which one would you have
The one
dominated?
that's like actually got like the knife up to the dude's throat.
Yeah, that would have been this guy. The guy closest to the alley,
Yep.
like exit, which is over there.
All right.
Let me just mark the one that's dominated. He's not stunned, but that's
I hear you.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, so his friend like looks at him, and then he turns around and he says, What are you doing?" And he starts like approaching you.
What are you doing?
He's gonna hold his action. He says, "Leave here now while you still can. This is no business of yours."
Is it my turn?
That's his turn. He's holding an action. Theta, yeah, it's your turn now.
All right. I'm going to tell this guy over here, drop everything and run.
Oh shit.
That is
Okay.
my command to him, in which he will do on his turn. And I'm going to look at this guy in front of me.
Okay.
And I'm going to just pull my cloak up slightly and reveal my fucking fucked up bug arm. And I'm just going to be like, listen, we could do this the easy way or the hard way. The easy way involves you coming to your senses and using that delightful animal instinct of yours to realize when you're in danger. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm getting pretty hungry. As my hand just kind of like rises more and he begins to see the small gnashing teeth in my palm.
That's terrifying. Goodness. Yeah, roll intimidation.
Normal. Yeah, +8. This shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, 22.
Yeah, you see him sort of not quite cowered away, but he's definitely taken aback a bit, and he says, "You could still leave, man. I just don't want any problems. That stuff like this causes too much attention."
Elaborate for me, won't you? I feel like I'm not getting the whole picture.
This guy, he fell in with the wrong crowd, so to speak, and we're trying to correct that. It's no matter of you. We don't mean any trouble to you or whatever
Are
you're
you
doing.
loan sharks?
Not exactly.
Vigilante justice?
No. No, we he hired us for a service and he didn't pay it.
Oh, how much does he owe you?
500 gold.
Wow. Well, that's quite a lump sum, isn't it?
Yeah. And it was either this or take him in front of his family, and I would rather do this. He gets hurt, we don't get our money. We get hurt, we're less likely to get our money. We don't want any problems here. So just walk away.
All right. How much do you think your life is worth?
Depends on who asks.
I got 10 platinum, and I say that's about as much as I'm willing to pay to let you live.
he looks back at the
10 platinum's 100 gold, right?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Roll a persuasion check. Either that or
I'm gonna keep rolling intimidation.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
say that I'm still
Intimidation's probably okay
on
as
the
well.
intimidation streak. But 14.
Yeah. So he looks at you and he's like, 10 platinum. Let's see it. If that's the case, then whatever. He's yours. Too much trouble anyway.
Reach in with my other hand, and I reach into my pouch, and I just pull out 10 platinum, and I just throw it on the ground.
And then this guy drops all of their weapons and just runs out of the alleyway. And he's never seen again.
Oh, there he goes.
And this guy, the mysterious person, you can see now he's dressed in sort of a long silken robe. He's got dark hair, and yeah, you can't really tell anything else other than he's carrying like a tall wooden staff that he dropped to the ground, and he's picking that up and putting it beside him. The man in front of you takes your gold and then starts to meander out of the hallway. And as he walks past the mysterious person, he looks at him, says, "Be careful what you wish for, man. Don't do shit like this unless you're ready to back it up." And then he walks out and goes right. Wolfsbane, where are you at? What are you doing while this is happening? You said you're just watching from the window?
Yeah, and then I go back to sleep, man.
Yeah, so you see all this happen. Theta, do you do anything as they're walking away?
I'm gonna approach this guy. So,
Okay.
500 gold.
Yeah, thanks, man. You, they were gonna hurt me, I think. You
Oh,
saved.
yeah, no, most definitely. But do tell me, what would you need with ruffians like those?
They. I lost a book, and this was a really important book, and they got it back for me. And I would have lost my job and probably my life if I didn't get the book back.
And where is this book now?
Make a persuasion check at advantage.
I did save his life.
Yeah, that's why that's why you get advantage.
Oh, that's true, which is why I get the advantage.
Yeah.
Which is why he should fucking give me everything.
It says it's probably back at the order. It belonged in the library. I borrowed it.
What'd you say?
He said that he borrowed a book from the Order of the Forge.
Oh, I feel like there was a book that, I think you and I. Tell me more about this book, actually, because I do believe I'm looking for it myself. You say it's with the Forge now, yes?
Yeah. It had very important magical runes. Ones that have been lost to us since then. I found that in the library. It was I didn't think anyone would miss it, but well, about a couple days went by, and then someone came looking.
So you stole it, or is this something you were allowed to rent? I'm a little confused.
There's not any real written rules about this kind of thing there, so I didn't think there would be a problem. But I guess when missing books go missing, people start to miss them or something. I don't know. I thank you again. It means a lot. Is there anything I can do?
Well, I think. Well, I think me and my friend actually do have a use of that book.
How do you know it's the same book?
Well, there's not a lot of super magical books just floating around.
That's true.
We were down deep in the mountains and so forth, uh, in the crypts. We found ourselves upon a door that we couldn't open without some sort of key, and my friend Wolfsbane appears to believe that the book is the key itself.
Hmm.
Are you of good standing within that library? Because we are by all means strangers, but if you're able to convince them to allow us to borrow it, right?
Um, I I wouldn't say good standing, but I have some standing there. Yes.
Ah, so you can stand. Good, good, good.
Yes, they know my name. I've been there for a year or so now. I think
Hmm.
it's possible I have some sway with them.
Oh, perfect. How about we meet up with you tomorrow in the noon-ish, when we're a bit more awake and such. You get yourself a good rest after your very busy night, and we will get ourselves that book together. How does that sound?
So we'll meet at the forge.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm Martin, by the way.
Martin, my name is Theta.
And he sort of bows his head, takes his staff, and he starts limping away. You can see that he has some sort of leg injury, but he walks away and out the alley. You see laying at your feet a iron dagger.
Hmm. I pick it up. Mine now.
Yeah, it's made of some sort of weird wrought iron. It's not anything worthy of like battle use, but it's
Everybody loves a tool, though.
yeah, it's like a kitchen knife more than anything, really. Yeah. Um. So you go back up into the room.
Yeah, I just go through the front door.
Cool. Yeah. So after that happens, you guys
I
finish
guess
up your long
since
rest.
Theta, yeah, I guess since Wolfsbane won't be up for another 4 hours, Theta just takes another long rest.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the rest of your early morning passes without incident. You wake up refreshed in the morning. You hear the birds singing through the windows. It's actually fucking annoying. You don't know why birds
Eldritch
exist.
Blast.
Eldritch Blast, the bird falls from the sky.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, Wolfsbane, how'd you sleep? Did you have any weird dreams?
You tell me.
No, no, I won't. I refuse.
Then I guess
So
I
we're at
slept
a
well.
standstill, it appears.
So we all wake up in the
Yeah.
morning. First thing.
Sure.
And then,
Church time. Time to go to church.
so both of you head out of the Wise Oaf Inn and head to the Order of the Forge then. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you head up the staircase leading to the split where the ravine is and also where the forge road splits off. And then uh while you're walking, you see the same woman from the morning before, blonde human female, in sort of like a black cloak, like grayish now. One thing that sticks out to you is you notice a sword on her back, a golden one, with a bright ruby pommel. It seems to be depicting some sort of serpent spiraling up the tip
Okay.
of the blade with two glowing sapphire eyes.
Very handy.
You see this because she has her back turned to you as she's beating the fuck out of a dwarf who is laying on the side of the road.
Well, that's no bueno. I'm gonna walk over there And I'm gonna say, what'd the dwarf do this time? Steal 500?
Apparently he
500.
hasn't.
That's a number that keeps coming up.
Apparently he hasn't been paying his protection fees.
Who's the dwarf on the ground?
Just a random dwarf you don't recognize.
What if it was fucking Mitch? Was it?
If it was the tailor or the high dude, I would have killed this lady.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same guy from last night.
No,
He
it's
just
no, you don't recognize him. He seems to be like lugging a cart of produce down the road, and he has
And how
been
much
stopped.
is this so-called protection fee?
15%.
Well, that's
And let's see. Last time I checked, this city didn't have a whole lot of thieves. Wait, what's that one guild? So who are you protecting him from, anyways?
me.
Everyone.
Oh, well, I guess I do preclude everyone.
Sir, lie on the ground.
His business runs on time because we allow it. You have to pay us to You have to pay us to be in business around here.
I'm not talking to you, lady. On the ground, dwarf.
Yeah. What
Let
is
me
it?
ask you a question. If this shabby guild didn't exist, would you be able to sell your produce without trouble?
He's sort of getting up. He spits out some blood. I'm sure someone would just be along to take their place. They're fine, I just haven't
let's
been
answer
able
this
to
question
afford
now.
them.
Are they dicks?
Not
Are they annoying?
not to a man, but they can be if you get on their bad side, obviously. And he like looks up at the woman beside him.
Well, how much you owe her right now? I know it's 15%, but how much?
30 gold.
30 gold.
Your
That's
ass
it.
kicked over 30 gold?
You're beating this man over 30 gold.
Holy shit.
Those are the rules. If he doesn't like him, maybe he should find a different place to do his business.
Well, how about you find somebody your own size to pick on? How about that, lady?
She just stares at you.
And don't look at me either. I'm a little bigger than you.
Yeah, look at me.
She
Yeah,
just
look at him.
Yeah, she just stares at you too. She just quietly, sort of brooding.
I see you got your sword. You found the gold that the dwarf supposedly stole off you.
No, we got it a different way. I think the guards ended up stealing it, actually.
Oh, probably. Guards like doing that.
Oh, Wolfsbane, right. Remember that book thing?
Yeah, I remember the book thing.
Yeah, we have an appointment with somebody who's going to get us that book.
Oh, cool. When?
Noon. What time is it now?
Look at my watch.
You don't have a watch, but you would say it's probably around 9 o'clock.
Oh, we got
Look at my
time.
wrist and say, okay. So it's
Check
around
the
9
bottom
o'clock.
of your wrist. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we can make that.
Well, anyways, ma'am, where are you headed to?
Right here. This is my job.
Well, after this, you beating another door for. You got some free time.
Why do you want to take me out? Get a drink?
Sure. What's your poison?
She like looks at you. Are you being deceptive in this? Are you like trying to?
No, I'm not being
fool her?
deceptive right now.
Okay. Yes. She sort of smiles coyly. She's like, anything will do as long as it's tall and strong.
Oh, double entendre. I fucking hate this. Can we stop?
Well, actually, Spider, you can go along. I'll
Fucking
catch
kill
up to you.
myself.
Well, I happen to be staying at the inn. I'm sure they have some
Oh my god, no.
pitchers of ale for you. I can get the strongest alcohol they got.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's say 20 free.
Oh my god.
I'll be there for dinner.
Dinner, all right. If I ain't there, I might be dead. If I ain't, well, I ain't gonna die soon.
I'm
I know
gonna
when I'll
fucking
die.
kill you.
Ignore that. He might kill me. if I ain't there, wait around a little bit. Still ain't there, I'll holler at you. I might be in a catacomb somewhere.
And she smiles and nods her head. She dusts off the dwarf, and as you as you walk away, we hear.
I'm not walking away yet.
Oh, you're not walking away. What are you doing?
Before I walk away, I'm gonna say, "Hey, dwarf, here's half of your payment."
Oh.
Just because I'm feeling nice today, I'm in a good mood.
Yeah, so
I'm giving 15 gold.
he takes it and gives it directly to her, and she starts like helping dust him off. She takes out a
Wow.
rag. She takes out a rag and cleans his
Capital at work.
yeah, cleans off his like he gives it to the dwarf, and
The system works.
he starts to like clean himself up a bit. And we see Wolfsbane mosey away. He thanks you for the money, and we hear Fergie's "few times been around that track, not gonna have been like that, but I ain't no holler back
I'm gonna
girl."
do the cowboy nod.
I know how
And you hear like the whistle.
All the girls want it like this.
Yeah, exactly. As Wolfsbane walks up, and you see her watching you walk away, and then we head to the forge. So we see them, the two lonely adventurers, heading through the valley of the spiraling walkway, and as they turn, they see the large octagonal sandstone building with an archway in the center of like where the pathway is, and things are a bit different this time. Standing in front of the doorway are two men, dwarven men clad in a beautiful silver and dark armor, like a silver armor with like black leather straps on like every rivet point pretty much. And they see you, and they they nod towards your direction, and they say, "Stop right there." And you
I
stop.
stop, put my hands up, and just say, "What is it, gentlemen?"
We've been alerted to uninvited guests. We're to escort you through the building.
All right then. Now, I've had my fair share of escorts, and let me tell you, I don't swing that way. But depending on the price, I'm willing to change that.
The price is blood, if you should disobey us.
Oh, okay, different kind of escort.
They just look at you, completely stolid. They're just watching, like, what the fuck? And as you're walking,
these are nice folk.
we hear the howling wind come through the mountain pass. We feel the air start to shift to a fucking frigid cold. It is like 30 degrees, maybe lower. But it's not very nice. Not temperate like yesterday was. Not at all.
Huh.
And they just watch you, waiting for you to make a movement to like go in or go away.
Who are these people again?
They claim to be your escorts through the building.
Oh yeah, let's go in yet.
Yeah. They said they were alerted to your presence, and
Thank you.
yeah. So you go in.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm following Theta to the meeting. It's his meeting.
Yeah, you hear a sort of clank behind you as they walk in their heavy armor. And which door do you walk through, the left or the right?
Oh.
The right was the library, the left was the steward's desk where Wolfsbane went last time. Someone needs to pick.
It's up to Theta.
It's up to the delegates.
Oh my god.
It's up to Hamilton.
Do we just roll a d2? Is that what you want?
Left.
Okay. Yeah, so Theta turns in the direction of the steward's desk, At the desk, we see, same as last time you guys were here, you see Scrivener Clark sitting at the desk, stamping books and making sure, making notes of books that are on his desk. And he has massive piles to his left and his right of different types of books, different covers, and yeah. And the iron grate is locked beside him. You approach him and you hear the guards following you from behind from a decent distance, like 10, 15 feet. Oh, you again.
Me again. Have we met?
You see him reach inside of his robe, and he pulls out like a large pin. It looks like a half circle, like a circle with like a line through it, kind of like the theta symbol, actually. But he reaches out and he says, "Please, if you would, touch the symbol."
Oh yeah, sure, of course. Don't.
Okay. He casts minor restoration, cleaning you of any illness or poison effect. Says,
Oh.
so you weren't sick after all.
Yeah, of course I lied.
It would have been a lot easier, and we wouldn't have had to hire guards if we knew that you weren't trying to be difficult.
Hmm.
He just sighs, slams the book in front of him closed. What brings you back today?
Wait, who are we talking to again, real quick?
This is Clark, the guy who you met before.
The guy I coughed on?
Yes.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the talking to Theta.
I don't know. What are we here for?
You said we had a meeting.
Yeah, we do. We do have a meeting with somebody, but I suppose we can just sit around and wait for them to show up. This is the library, right?
In the meantime, we can, wait, where are we again?
This is the clerk's desk that you walked towards.
We can go talk to, what's his name? The nerd, the Genasi.
You say this to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says... He just sighs in disbelief. He says, yes, Firemaster Alland and Keeper Sorn is
There we
probably
go.
who you
Those are
mean.
the two.
Just
Yeah,
don't call them that.
names.
Don't call them that in front of them. They might
I won't.
get a bit
That's very
ill-tempered.
rude, this Satan takes. I have a small lick of manners.
He sort of like cocks his head. He's like, huh. Interesting. And he says,
Anyways,
here you go.
oh yeah, go
and
ahead.
he opens the gate to his side. They informed
you.
me that you are allowed back, sadly.
Ooh.
Yeah, sadly. Yeah, I won't cough on you
Unfortunately,
this time.
unfortunately, due to your last visit, we need to insist upon a guard.
That's fair enough, yeah. Understandable.
And the two guards like mosey through the doorway slowly. And you're, left in the oculus of the octagonal building, the beautiful glassware spewing sun rays on each wall.
Huh. It's a
Stairs.
Yeah, so you head out the balcony and down the staircase into the forge. Sort of a wall cell, if you remember what I described last time. You see Alland in front of the forge, blowing bellows and holding a piece of wrought iron at his side. He goes back and forth from hammering to putting it back in the forge, and yeah, he seems to be starting a new project.
Neat.
How's it going, y'all?
So the Genasi, Alland turns around. Hi. Just come in, have a seat. And he points
All
to
right.
like a stone bench beside the forge.
Yeah, I'll just stand if you don't mind.
Now I'll sit because I'm not a fucking. I'm polite. We found a door.
Yeah, we did find the door. I'm presuming it's the one you're talking about.
And with labored footsteps, he goes around the forge to where he's closer to you, and he puts his workpiece in a like iron bucket to quench it, and he turns around, wipes his hands off on his leather apron, and sort of presents himself, blue flamed hair flickering in the cold breeze coming in from the outside. A door, eh? What makes you think it's the door?
Well,
Well,
we couldn't
considering,
open it.
yeah, couldn't open it.
It's
Has big
magic.
circle keyhole in the middle. It's magical, and then behind
When
it,
you press it, it tries to kill you.
it does. Yeah, and we know what's behind it.
What's behind it?
I
An
don't
ancient
know.
city of dwarves.
Well, okay.
That doesn't really make any sense to me. But
Yeah,
Well,
no, it makes no sense, but that's the sense it makes.
hmm. And he reaches to like beside where the forge is, and you see a lever on the side of the forge, a bronze sort of short iron, metal piece, and he flips it. It's sort of a switch, and we hear like a set of bells ring out from the main hallway leading back to the octagonal building, sort of cascade. Every couple of seconds, we hear another like high-pitched ring. That should get him here in a few moments. I don't have the information necessary to tell you your next job, but I can say that I think you did a good one.
And a good one deserves a good reward.
I'm sure that will be arranged in time.
In time. Don't we have like a down payment or something?
In time, meaning as soon as we can. The
cool.
the forge hasn't been making much of a profit, but I'm sure we can get your money today.
All right then.
I mean, I'll accept services rendered. Like if you want to make me a cool mace or something.
Hmm.
I don't know about Wolfsbane. Wolfsbane's got a pretty cool hammer, but like
If you can improve on it, sure, but I don't think you can. No offense.
it was made by a god, you know.
Yeah.
You see him like breathe in, and the fire on his head grows bigger as he breathes. A god, you say?
Yeah,
Technically a
you know,
god.
no biggie.
Mind if I see it?
Yeah, show it to him, Wolfsbane.
I like take it off of my back and like I hold it out so it's like in front of him. Both of my hands are out, so like it's laying flat in front of him, and I kind of move it around for him to see,
Yeah, he
but I don't
takes
hand it
yeah,
to
he
him.
takes a couple steps closer, and as he's taking steps closer, you feel the radiating heat coming from him. And he sort of like stabilizes the head of the hammer, and he runs his finger across the metal of the hammer, and you see like a glowing, like dim red glowing on where his finger trails behind. And he says, "Good heat dissipation, very well made. It's got a sonance to it. This this was made by an expert craftsman. Better than I, possibly. Who made it? You said a god?
Technically a god.
In that ballpark.
In the ballpark of a god. The aspect of the forge, Agni.
You see him take a step back, and he does a sort of a gesture. he circles his torso and then hammers himself with his like fist on the center of his chest where his like breastbone is. He said, "Hallowed be her name. You have a weapon forged by Agni's hand."
Yeah. What kind of buddies?
My
Besties.
wow. I never thought I would be in the presence of another. How did you contact her? I've been trying. She has gone dormant since the volcano.
Contacted her through a god.
Yeah, it's like a little web of connections. It's more about who you know, and we
Yeah, we know a lot of people in a lot of high places. We just don't look like the type.
Natalia Shaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's like just examining the hammer again, and he says, "It's hard to believe that this was made by her, but I think there's no other explanation." And as he says this and finishes the sentence, behind you, you hear breathing before you hear the footsteps because he's closer than you would have been able to passively perceive. A small dwarf with a gray beard has, taken up the floor behind your bench. Wolfsbane, you see him out of the corner of your eye before you hear him. "Is everything okay, Alan? What's the matter?" And Alan says, "These warriors seem to have a weapon of made by gods, made by Agni." And Sorn says,
Hallowed be her name.
he just inhales and he says, "That explains a lot, actually. So you say, according to Clark, you found a door.
Yeah, pretty sure it's your door.
Yep, door you wanted.
Can you describe it, please?"
A big stone door, really hard, can't open it. There's a big magical key in the middle. I had to resurrect some old Dorman architect. He was fucking pissed off, but he told me that there's a key to open it. Didn't tell me where it was, though. There's a bunch of doors behind it. Yeah, that's about it.
How did you find it? Like, was there a special procedure that you followed, or?
I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of just dumb luck.
Got in a coffin.
We got in a coffin. Yeah, literally.
But the coffins are full.
Not the ones we got into.
Yep, empty coffins.
You didn't
Empty
defile.
coffins. We woke up.
You didn't defile any
in
graves
coffins
short of
that
the
weren't.
architect.
Pretty sure those graves were already defiled.
Yeah, no,
Sure
there's
that.
somebody rooting around. I think we possibly maybe desecrated one because we got into an empty one, and then we woke up in another one. And according to an ancient dwarf that was moving the coffin that I woke up in, there was a body in that one, but it wasn't there when I woke up in it, so I have no clue what happened to it. So technically, I didn't desecrate it, but displaced it.
And what do you think, Alan? Does this sound like your dream? And Alan sort of inhales and goes, I believe it is." And Sorn reaches into his robes and pulls out a large leather pouch. And he hands it to Wolfsbane. "That is the payment for finding it. Next is getting there. And there is another 350 in it for you if you could lead us there after we get the key. Do you know where we can find it?"
Book.
Maybe we're working on that right now, actually.
Yeah, we're actually waiting for somebody to show up around noon. He's gonna
Because it's
lead
kind
us.
of in our interest to get behind the door as much as it is yours. So,
He furrows his brow at this, and he says, "Why would you want to get behind the door? You didn't know about it until we told you."
well, we didn't know about the door, but we knew something that was down there, and it just happens to be behind the door.
What is down there?
His old friend, actually, Register Theta.
Hmm. Come back to us when you find the key. There is another payment to be had, should you wish it.
All right.
And Alan, like, regretfully walks back to the forge, sort of wanting to, like, hold on to your hammer as long as he can. What do you do then?
Be a little touchy.
How much money did he give me in the pouch?
It is 350 gold.
250 gold. Okay, I'm gonna give.
He gets to hold it for 35 seconds.
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna keep 350 gold. No, I'm gonna give 150 to Theta.
And you recall the original deal was 300, not 350. So he overpaid you because, for one reason or another, he thought you deserved it.
Because I'm cool. That's why.
Maybe.
I gave 150 to Theta, and I keep 200.
Yeah. So what do you do? Because you said that you were waiting for midday for the meeting, right? Theta. That was what you had arranged with the person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do you wait?
I don't know. There's a fucking bench around, right?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
there's a couple of benches at the side of the balcony. It's a bit cold out here though.
It's a forge. What the fuck you mean it's cold?
No, like, I mean, there's a forge, but there's also a balcony. So, I mean, you could just hang out beside the forge if you wish.
I'm just gonna chill outside the forge, look in the fire.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna like stand there. And I'm just gonna talk to the dude and be like, "What you're making?"
It is a project for a distant king.
Oh, it's nice. What kind of king?
An elven one.
Oh, this guy might know him.
Oh? Do you frequent elven royalty, Theta?
Oh, I am one.
Are you?
Well, formerly, you know.
Forgive me, I did not know.
Of House Noran. Noran.
Oh. This is for a, not a Noran, House Fane.
Ah, yes.
Yes, they seem to be working on a new scepter.
They're all very showy, last I remember.
Yes, he wished that I give him just the scepter and not try and enchant it myself. Kind of a slight when it comes to my profession.
He's a bit of a dick. My father never quite liked him. I doubt his standing has improved, but, you know, that's politics.
Yes, he claims that his enchantment magic is better than we can muster. Imagine.
That sounds racially motivated.
I don't know. Perhaps.
You know, I don't know if this is a rude question, but where did Genasi come from? I think you're the second one we've seen, and we've been to a lot of different places.
We've been around the block.
We've been around the block, and you're the first fire Genasi we've seen. The last one was it water, correct?
Yeah.
There was a
That one
a
tried killing us.
water genasi in Crystal Drift.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a water
big
Genasi. That one tried killing us.
Yeah. He says after a brief deliberation, there are many schools of thought, but the tale my parents told me, well, from what I can recall, when one of the primordial gods likes you or your family enough, they bless your bloodline. They give you power beyond imagining. That of fire, that of water. I've heard of an earth genasi somewhere up north. There's also air, but they're easier to disguise, so you don't hear about them as much. My parents told me that, well, they told me a lot of things. But one thing that they always said was, Sigmus blessed you and blessed us with fire in our blood. And so I decided to use it. And he's, like, still hammering away at his giant anvil.
Theda's looking at the fire, and he kind of pulls out his bug arm. It kind of like starts putting it in the fire.
Oh. He stops you. He's like, I wouldn't do that. The lava is hotter than any man-made flame.
Oh, I'm working. I'm microdosing it.
What the fuck did you say?
I'm microdosing lava to build up an immunity. You see,
Are you actually putting your hand in the lava?
not in it, just around it. Like I'm dipping my toes in the lava. We'll say, not my literal toes, my fingies.
So you dip your fingers in the lava.
And I will say, I'm not just dipping them in there willy nilly. I'm fucking focusing my entire being into concentrating magical energies around it and being like, all right, let's see if I can just make them survive this.
Make a... Fuck, what would that even be? Con save, I guess?
Well, yeah, all right, I'll take that. I got a +2 to my con.
Hey.
20!
Yeah, so we see the, like, lava start to, like, repel. You know, you're using your force to, like, or you're, like, some sort of intertwining of your abyssal magic, like your Leviathan magic and your warlock magic. And we see like the lava sort of repulse and like come back in like fractals. And he
That's
goes,
pretty cool, right?
he goes, impressive. And he
Still fucking with it.
and he just sticks his whole hand in the fucking lava. Like, not even caring. He pulls it out and he's like grasping the other end of this huge scepter.
All right, show off.
Very impressive. Yes. And he hammers the scepter on the forge. And you see with each ring of the anvil spiraling out in concentric sort of spiral circles from the center, a sort of white to blue energy through the top face of the anvil, scattering out to the sides.
Oh.
You always been a forge master?
Well, ever since the... Yes, as far as I can remember.
How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
Old enough to not know when I die.
Pretty damn old now.
It's both a blessing and a curse, because it could be tomorrow, I feel old, or I could live for another century. Who knows?
Hey, well, it's better than me. You could look like this and be 44.
Well, I'm at least 100.
How old do you think anyway? You're like a grandma. Theta,
What? Sorry,
how
I
old
put my
are
hand in
you?
the fire. What? What was the question?
How old are you?
I don't know, like 100, 200, something around that area.
You are older than that for some reason.
I don't fucking know, man.
Well, you lose track or something?
Yeah. Yes, actually. You know.
It's
living
not
in the woods,
uncommon for his kind.
being
Elves,
separated from society for a good, I don't know, 5, 6 decades. I didn't count. You see,
Well,
I
you
didn't have
don't
access to it.
celebrate your birthday anymore.
I don't know when I was born. I forget.
there is a
Hell, I don't know when I'm born. I was born either. I
there
just chose
is
a day.
there is a story about Princess Fane, how she wandered the great wilds for centuries.
Huh.
It's quite
Wow.
it's quite an interesting tale. She claims great control over the forces of nature. You should see the palace at Imtheus. It is arduous in size.
Yeah, real impressive. You went into the Feywilds for a couple of centuries. Like, we haven't all done that at least once or twice, you know? I did it. I did it. Look at me. I turned out fine.
I shouldn't. Never mind.
Okay. Okay.
And he sort of like gets a weird body language to him all of a sudden, and he says,
You implied earlier that you know how to do enchantments, didn't you?
"It is a subsection of my mastery." Yes.
Well, as I said before, I don't really care much for the gold if you'd be willing to either enchant or make a new mace for me.
My work takes a long time. Well, it can. At least a few days.
I got time. We're gonna be here for a bit while we get things sorted. Besides, we're here to improve ourselves anywho.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Yeah, even though this is technically business, it's kind of like an extended vacation for us.
Wow.
Oh,
I don't even know why.
do you want to use a
It
destiny
feels like
point?
a fair trade. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
We did do the
I'd
job,
seriously
and I'm
say
just
that.
offering to take services instead of gold. It's a pretty fair.
Yeah. Yeah. How would you, angle? You see him sort of balk at the idea of putting down his current work and working on a different thing.
I'm not asking him to do it right now. I'm just saying put it in the queue.
Yeah. And do you say that to him?
Yeah, just put it in the queue. Like, I'm not rushing you or anything.
Yeah. He was like, he sort of like shrugs his shoulders. Go ahead and make another persuasion check.
14, we'll take it.
That's better. He says, I shouldn't delay my work, but I will make yours next. Sound like a
Dang.
deal?
Deal well struck.
I can't attest for the power of the enchantment. Sort of depends on the winds. But if it goes well, then it shall serve you, regardless.
Very well. The winds have always served me well.
And we see hanging out in the doorway, like the stairwell down to this place, we see a person clutching a wooden cane on like a robe with dark hair. The same person from the alley last night. You see their eyes are a little different than you expect. They're like they're heterochromia. They have heterochromia. It's like but instead of like green and brown, it's like amber and blue.
Oh, he has homophobia of the eyes.
And actual homophobia. He's
Yeah, but you
super
see his
homophobic.
Friend.
you see his
Well
amber red eye illuminated by the fire of the forge. I was told I could see you here. Hi again.
Hello.
And he approaches you and he goes to like shake your hand.
Oh yes, shake, shake, shake.
And he says, "Thank you so much. You don't know how much trouble you have saved me."
Ah, it was nothing. Merely a stroke of luck that I found you just outside my hotel window.
Now, perhaps we can chat somewhere else.
Yes, of course, of course. This right here is my companion, Wolfsbane.
Oh,
Howdy.
wait a second. I know you.
You've met?
You do?
He sort of paused. I have to check my notes. I want to double check that I got this correct.
Depending on which me he knows.
This could go very poorly.
I do have different names. Well, technically. As long as he doesn't call me the Cyclops or the Slaughterer.
So he sort of looks at you and he shakes his head and he says, "It's probably someone else."
All right then.
You can tell he's like actively avoiding the thing that he thought you were responsible for. Anyway, follow me. I'll take you to our quarters. And he goes back out on the balcony and he like goes across it and he waves his hand in sort of like a like incantation casting way, and we see the wall in front of the balcony leads off on both sides directly jutting into mountain, and we see the mountain sort of fade away, or at least a subsection of it, an archway, and a spiral staircase leading downward. And he goes down, and it seems that there's a sub-level underneath the Oculus. And he goes inside, and it's a room that's like divided in 4 parts, each fourth of the octagon building. He takes you into one of the sections that seems to be sublet into like private quarters, and he takes you into presumably his quarters because he has a key that he opens it with, and he points at a table across the room next to like a small bookshelf. Welcome to my home.
Oh, this is quaint.
It's very safe here. It's quiet. Gives me time to do my studies.
Yes. So about this book.
Yes. I don't know where it is now, but I know who might have it.
All right. Well, just point us in the direction, I suppose.
Well, the Scriveners are responsible for the locating and the documenting of books, but if they're needed for projects for one of the fire masters, then the keepers are responsible for procuring them and giving them to the fire masters so they can use it for their projects.
And where would that be located?
You would probably have to talk to Keeper Sorn. They would know where this book is.
And we can just ask them, yes?
You should be able to, yes.
And we could mention you, or would you want to accompany us?
It might look better for you if I accompanied.
All right. Well, I see no reason why you ought not lead the way then.
Okay, sure. And he like gets up and goes to his door, and he like leads you out and across the hallway, and in the he goes back up the stairs and goes across the Oculus to the library, and then there's a separate private room off of the library that he knocks on the door of, and behind the door, who answers is Keeper Sorn, the short dwarf, and the person you haven't met yet, another human long ashen black hair and sort of pale gray eyes, seems to be sitting, looking at the door, but from a distance. Yes? Oh, hi. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Do you need something?
Book.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to be more specific. And after he
Yeah.
says this, the guy who's behind you, as he knocked on the door, he says, Keeper, they are looking for a book. Uh, well, I think it's the book that I gave to you. And he trails off and he says, Oh, the book you almost lost forever. That one? That's it, is it? You want it again?
Well, is it? Real quick question for you. This book is gonna be really old, like older than the name Heron Wall.
That checks out, yes.
Dwarven.
1 second. And he closes the door. He does some stuff inside, and then he comes back out wearing like a longer white robe. And he paces around the library. He looks from shelf to shelf, and he's mumbling to himself, and then he stops and he looks at the shelf like a little bit below eye level, and he pulls out a book. You can tell it's a similar book to the one that was in the forge the day that you arrived at the order. The cover is stitched. It seems like some sort of leather, and then the pages are. Uh, hmm. Does Theta know what vellum is?
Yeah, it's a material, right?
It's made of skin. It's paper made of skin.
Yes, yes. Theta would know exactly what vellum is.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Theta's very aware of what a vellum is.
yeah, so he pulls out a book and he flips the vellum pages. They make like a weird sort of
Oh, same hat.
soft like page turning sound, not like paper. And they're thicker than others, so it's like there has to be like only like 2 dozen pages in this whole book. And he says, "I think that this is the book." Yes. What was the description of the key? Did you get one when you? Excuse me, hello? And he waves his fucking hand in front of your face.
Oh,
Oh no.
when did I mention a key?
When we were speaking with the firemaster.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't get a description of it. All the architect said is he knew that there was a key. Apparently, it was pretty well guarded secret, or at least a dead one, because seemingly nobody knows where the hell it is. We're guessing it's in this book, um, but it's kind of a stretch. All I know is it's a key to a door, and maybe it has something to do with ice freezing magic. Because when we tried to use something that wasn't the key, it would freeze it, or that could just be whatever bindings on the door. Theta, did you get any details at all, or?
No, none.
Yeah, no, we're kind of going out on a limb here.
Perhaps, maybe you can help me look through it, Theta.
Oh, yes, of course.
And he holds the book out and he sort of gives you half of it, and you both look through each respective page. Make an Arcana check at advantage to see if you would be able to find the key in this book.
Arcana using my charisma, right?
No?
Or my intelligence. Okay.
Yeah, your regular Arcana check. It's not like a matter of you failing, it's a matter of how long it takes. So, it takes you guys about 30 minutes to like piece through stuff. There's a couple of things you get hung up on thinking that it's like, oh, this could definitely be a key. There's like swords, there's stabs, there's like magical like items like bags and enchanted items. It's basically a catalog of extremely rare magic items.
A ledger.
And on the very last page, we see a sort of circular medallion. And on the top of the page, you see the name for this schematic. It's a ruby encrusted or like encircled by a sort of golden metal with etched runes in it, and it sort of describes it on the right side, saying that the ruby sort of uses the runes around the outside to project a sort of uh, unlocking mechanism, so to speak. It acts as a key for a dangerous magic involving time and also force, like projection, and it's called the Heart of Fire.
That fits our description.
You think
That sounds like our key.
you think it's this, and he hands it to you, Wolfsbane. He like shows you the book. Make a history check or investigation.
They both are equally bad, so.
Yeah, it's who knows. Yeah, this could be
I'm
the
gonna
thing.
look at the book.
Yeah.
And just say, yeah, I don't speak of Dwarven, nor do I read it.
Yes, but the book has pictures, Wolfsbane.
It's in Dwarven, I can't understand it.
He sighs. He sighs. He's like, very well, I guess we'll just have to hope. Come with me, maybe we can get this crafted at the soonest possible venture. There is a project in the future that we need the magic for. It's not important. He walks across the balcony, down the staircase, and back to where Alland is. And this time we hear him whispering to the weapon as it's on like a different face of the anvil. He seems to have turned it on its edge and is using the side of it to like hold a sort of magical energy. And he's whispering to it. You can't really make out what the words are saying, but he gets interrupted in the midpoint. Oh, what is it? Is everything okay?
Yeah, no.
You got the key, you gotta make it.
And Soren paces across the expanse and he hands the book to Alland, and oh, this, huh? That makes some sense. It matches what I've seen. I wish I would have taken the time to look through the book. I probably would have recognized it.
Ah, well.
There's one problem, though.
What is it?
Oh,
This-
are we gonna have to go somewhere and get a thing?
This key requires a special type of stone.
Fuck!
Wait, hold up, wait a minute. I'll pull out the
It requires.
bloodstone that Agni made. I'm saying, is it this?
You see him audibly gasp, and his blue flame turn white. Is that
Oh, yes.
is that a firestone?
Yes, it is, darling.
Honey.
Where could you have gotten such a beautiful thing?
Who made my hammer?
And he sort of goes closer, almost like reaching out for it.
Hey, before you touch it, we do have a stipulation.
This isn't the stone for the key. sadly, but it is a very...
Oh, it's not? Okay, never mind.
It
Touch
is
it all you want.
a sight to behold. My
I guess we got to
parents...
get a different stone then.
My parents had something like this, and he reaches into his robes and pulls out a small, like, ovular pendant with, like a cage holding in a much, much smaller version of this. And it, like, gleams as it's, like, in the presence of a bigger one. And he hands it back to you, and he says, the
Now,
legends say that these are given to the warriors of the flame. What, were you given a holy rite? Are you a warrior of the flame?
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a warrior of many things, flame included.
They would go on holy adventures to solve the problems of the fire people, the people below.
We aren't exactly holy. We go on adventures though.
What is your quest?
To save the fucking plane.
To save the plane of remembrance. Although this stone is for a different quest.
Adjacent.
We got multiple quests going on.
It's a whole web of quests.
Yeah, but he takes the book back and he says, it would be very difficult to forge with this. We need a heartstone. I know
Heartstone.
I know of only one.
Where might it be?
One big enough for this.
It's gonna be all the way down south.
I just used it in a project. The one that you saw me working on last time I came last time you came here. A sword. A golden one.
Oh, I know the one.
Sadly, it's already sold. The project had been completed already for the guild.
If I were to get the sword, could you take the stone out and use it for this?
Yes, but you might have a difficulty convincing the owner. They are entitled, and
I got a certain set of skills, and I actually have a date with them tonight.
No, I can't imagine it's that difficult to find another Hearthstone, right?
Well, let's see if I can work my magic.
The
And if
Heartstones
that doesn't work,
are the most powerful of the rare ruby.
Oh, well.
They are extremely, extremely rare, and I know of only 2 in the entire plane. I've only
Where's the second one?
I've only ever forged 1. The second one.
Where's the second?
The second one is in the city of Alviora, in the north.
Yeah, we ain't going all the way over there.
It serves as the crown jewel of their culture, their throne.
And we definitely ain't stealing their crown. That'll be a whole.
How the fuck have I not heard of you before?
No.
You sound like wicked important.
I am but a fire master. I forge.
He's a humble fire master. Leave him be, Data. I actually have a question for you.
Okay.
With this firestone, what exactly abilities, what potential does it hold within it? If you were to use it to make something, what could you do with it?
The stone is rumored to have a fraction of an elemental's power, a primordial's raw magic. Items or things that are crafted with this power are rumored to be the most powerful magical items in existence.
So let's say you were to make an item that I could wear. What exactly would I be able to do with it? Set things on fire, turn on fire myself?
You could
Get really hot?
You could do virtually anything.
Well then, would you be able to actually fashion me something out of this?
If I can't, then perhaps only the gods can. I would be the first fire master I know of that would have had the possibility to forge anything with firestone.
So are you saying you want to give it a shot?
I would be honored.
I'll hand him over the Firestone and say, well, if you can't, then I guess we can talk to one of the guys we know.
What do you want me to do with it? What do you... What would fit your needs? You already have a hammer and a shield.
Something that probably just like a pendant or a necklace, but if it could be something that can essentially amplify the effects of this here hammer, that would do wonders.
I shall think on it, and we shall talk again when you get the firestone, or when you get the heartstone. Sorry,
Sounds good.
I'm caught up in the moment. This is monumental.
Well, we'll get on the Hearthstone.
He just looks at you wide-eyed. He's sort of... You could tell he's in shock. He doesn't even... Nothing like this has happened to him in a while.
Hey, man, we're just humble adventurers.
I'm not humble. I do have a god complex.
So
I'm pretty cocky, to be honest.
yeah, he takes the firestone and sets it down beside the forge, and it glows with like an amber color, absorbing... Simply, it seems to be absorbing the heat from the lava in the forge.
As we like kind of walk away, I'm gonna snap and be like, "Nah, don't lose that, because I'm not sure what'll happen if it does break, because it's technically a blood oath
So
between him and the god."
he gets ready to like talk. You see him breathe, and then out of nowhere, Martin, the guy who came along with you, is like, the fire masters are the most trustworthy people in the entire world.
I don't doubt you. I'm just reinforcing it.
They are like the priests of the flame. They wouldn't do anything to hurt you. He just trails off.
Oh, I'm not saying he has any ill intentions. I'm just saying if don't accidentally lose it or something. He probably ain't gonna. It's one of the most precious things he's ever seen, according to his eyes.
Yeah. The necklace he pulled out was like half the size of a pea. This thing is like the size of your palm. It's...
And I have a big palm.
Yeah, orders of magnitude bigger. Multiple orders of magnitude bigger. Yeah, so Soren is just sort of watching you from the distance, waiting by the staircase. And he says, "It looks like you have a stone to find."
Well,
We do. Well, technically, we have a stone to get. We already found it.
Try not to shed any blood, if at all possible. There is a legend of one of the heartstones that if blood is shed to get it, it might crack.
Become the stone of the broken heart. How poetic.
what? All right.
No, I think it's a magical thing.
Yeah.
Has
I'm
to
making
do
a
with
joke.
the blood and... Yes. Thank
Well, anyways,
you.
what time is it?
I think it's
Alright.
I think it's like
Yeah, it's like 11. You only waited for like 2 hours, 3 hours. It's like 11, 12.
At night?
In the morning.
Okay. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's frigid and the sun is like barely visible.
Well, Theta, what do you want to do until my date?
Make sure you have nice clothes for the date.
I'm wearing my nice clothes. Fine.
Yeah, let's make sure you have nice clothes. Jesus Christ, you're a fucking mess. You know that, right?
You know me best, Theta. Actually, I don't think that's a lie. I think you know me better than like anyone I've ever been accompanied by.
Yeah, that is kind of.
Just kind of freaky.
Sorry, my bad. I'm a little worm.
Hey, that's your whole thing. Being freaky
Hey,
and being a little worm.
I'm just a freaky little worm that got all up inside you. My bad.
Excuse me.
You can drop that last part.
Anyways, we have fun here. We have fun. All right. So, where would you recommend for a tailor?
I know a tailor,
Oh, right, you do. Let's
my little
go
tailor buddy.
talk. Go talk to him.
I'm not going to go get some fancy clothes
I'm not
to sit
saying
in the
it's something
bar.
fancy, just like fucking like a nice clean vest that you haven't been murdering in.
But that's true. I'm gonna look down and I'm like kind of pop my collar a bit and just look at my vest and dress shirt that are just bloody, like caked in blood and dirt
I
and
think that
probably
vest has.
ash.
I think that vest has seen better days.
Yeah, this vest used to be blue.
Blue. That's an
Yeah.
entirely separate color.
What is it? What is it now? Like red, brown?
Are you colorblind?
We haven't talked about it yet.
No, it used to be blue, but now it's not.
Yes, this is correct. There is a nice tailor. He does work for the order. His name is Tulregard. In
Yeah, he fixed my jacket.
Oh, you know him.
Yeah, helped him out. Ironically, the lady that I'm going on a date with was beating him up.
Love
You
works in
can't go back
mysterious
on
ways.
it.
I live a complicated life, my friend.
Be careful with that kind of person. Well, I'm sure you know.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, and he trails off, and you guys make it to like the entrance. The guards post up outside. They've been following you this whole time, pretty much. Martin goes, "Do you want me to come with you, or should I just stay here?" I owe it.
I think you can just stay here.
And he looks at Theta for approval.
It's your life.
Yeah, say I don't tell you what to do.
I do not mind having you around. It's quite nice.
Says thank you for, well, saving me. I could be dead. Who knows? I try not to think about it.
Theta, what'd you do to those guys anyway? I was kind of sleepwalking when I was watching.
He
They get away and you kill them.
Oh, I did
he
it
did
non-violently.
he did it he did one better than killing them. He made them fear for their lives. And for men like that, that is worse than death.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good.
I always say, dead is better.
You're also a bounty hunter, so you know, like.
Well, dead or alive, and usually the bounty don't make no difference. So.
And yeah, as you're leaving, Martin says, I think I'm going to remain here, but if you should need me, you can simply just come here and ask for me, and I'll meet you.
Sounds good, compadre.
And he just like waves, like as you're leaving.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, Theta, rub my hands together. What do you want to get up to? We got time to kill.
Gosh. You know I'm not this sort.
Do you have any like scrying spells?
What do you want to do? I'm not.
Don't
exactly-
groan and moan about it. I was gonna see if we can possibly find out where Sylvie is.
Oh, I have nothing of that sort.
Yeah, I didn't
Other
think
than
so.
Book, but
What, you usually ask your book where she is?
yes, I suppose I could.
Do it for shits and giggles. Why not?
It might not be within my possibilities right now. I do believe Shaper's a bit occupied.
Hey, try it out.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. I open up my little black book. LOL, hey. I know that maybe you might be a little busy right now, but do you know where Sylvie is? XOXOXO.
Make a religion check.
Kiss emoji.
Tongue out while smiling emoji.
20.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Nice. Shit. One sec.
One Mississippi, Richard.
Fuck. Why does this happen? Yeah. So, is Theta good at reading?
Yeah, of course he is.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck. One sec.
Are you asking what his words per minute is?
No. I'm thinking.
500 words per minute.
I'm thinking this through. Cause there's some shit that's about to go down. All right. So on the pages, you see. I wish I wouldn't have ruled the book like this, but this is what you see. On the pages, a story or monologue is sort of on the pages. It's sort of smaller text than you're used to seeing in this. Usually it's like big, bold letters written in blood, that kind of shit. But in like a big title header, you see The Palace of Absolution. It is an alternate dimension identical to this plane in structure and biology. A barren wasteland of sand and ruined structures from a cataclysm of unknown origin. Currently home to a race of scholars named the Anther, who resemble a humanoid fly with many eyes. Mimera is there. She seems to be teaching a lesson to Sylvie.
Huh. What the fuck? I got an answer.
Where is she now?
Bug plane.
The fuck is that?
No,
I don't really know.
God damn it. No, it's called the Palace of Absolution.
Oh, the Palace of Absolution. I'm sorry,
Fuck.
my book is getting a little crossed with me that I
The
referred to it as the
bug
bug
plane.
plane.
God damn it.
Well, that sounds fun, I guess. What is it, like Wally's World?
Bug
No,
plane?
I think she's with Mimera, which is like, what the fuck, right?
Refresh me, who's Mimera again?
Out of knowledge, I believe.
Oh, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, at least I thought she was like stuck in a closet somewhere getting like bitch slapped by. I thought she was stuck in a closet getting bitch slapped by Desmond, so. At least she's learning, I guess.
She could still be getting bitch slapped for all we know.
That's true, but like God, so I guess it's like educational bitch slapping.
Yeah, maybe. Well, she's safe. That's all that matters.
For now, at least, but yeah. All right, that took up a whole 2 minutes.
Wow, shit. You're right. What do we do now?
Yeah, the words in the black book sort of fade into the ether.
Well, there they go. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Well,
So what do you guys do?
Life is temporary. That's all I had to say.
Oh yeah, let's go to the tailor. Give me a new shirt, vest.
Shit. Let's do that.
Mosey on down there at a slow pace, not awkwardly slow, but a relatively slow pace to take
Hey,
up some
John,
time because we got nothing to do.
we're jaunting.
You're
Sure,
out for a jaunt.
Couple of jaunters.
Yeah, a
we're out
couple.
for a jaunt.
Can I see some jaunters in chat? Fucking.
Ooh!
Ooh. Yeah, so you go in through the back door of the tailor shop.
Oh, going to the VIP entrance.
Well, I mean that's how you entered the thing before, so I assume you mean. I mean you could enter
Yes.
through the general store, like front, like main door.
No, fuck no. VIP entrance.
Yeah, the door's open.
VIP.
You see, there's no one in sight at the moment. Like as you enter,
As we walk out, she say, "Hey Taylor, you here?"
you hear
Is that their name, like Taylor, or?
No, I'm just bad
no,
with names.
no. He doesn't like names. So
Such a bitch.
yeah. See, you say, "Hey Taylor, you here?" You hear scraping of metal on metal behind the like turn where you can't see, and
Taylor?
then you
He's
see
muted. The
What?
Taylor has
Taylor?
muted himself.
Shit.
whoopsies. Didn't mean to mute myself.
I thought we
So
had free reign of the universe there for a second.
yeah, maybe. So you enter the back door of the tailor's office and you hear metal scraping in the back. He turns the like little turn and you see his small little dwarven head poke out and he's like, "Hello? Oh, hi.
Man,
Welcome.
so I got a.
Did the coat rip
Oh,
again?"
sorry, what was that? No, actually, I got a date later today, and well, if you didn't notice, my vest and shirt's kind of caked in blood right now.
Oh, who with?
You don't want to know.
Oh, I'll just take your word for it then. Is it a high class kind of thing? You need a suit and a tie, and what are you looking for?
No, just literally a new vest and a short shirt, basically the same one as before, just not caked in blood.
Yes, I think that can be arranged. I need to take some measurements, but I think we have all the material, and it might only take like an hour or so, maybe 2.
Works for me.
And he like gets out a stepping stool and starts taking your measurements. And like while he's taking your measurements, he gets like he's what's the word? He like writes it down on like a little piece of like cloth / paper that he keeps at his waist, and he goes back and gets cloth out and starts cutting, and he begins the making of your vest and shirt.
Cool.
He says, "Oh, I know last time we worked on a favors type fee, but this time I think
Not much. Don't worry about it.
10 gold probably."
Sounds good.
Yes. It's probably going to take a couple of hours if you want to, I don't know, go get some food or tea or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I
Do you
don't.
want us to get
Yeah, sure. I'll leave the gold on the counter for you.
Thank you.
Do you want any tea?
No, I think I have everything I need. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you soon.
So what do you guys do while you're waiting for the tailor and while you're waiting for your date?
Cafe?
You go to a cafe.
Cafe around?
You got a Starbucks in this town?
There's no Starbucks. It hasn't been invented yet.
Fuck.
You know what, Theta? I have a calling. I think we should drop what we're doing and invest in starting up a kind of hipstery coffee joint.
I think the word you're looking for is yuppie.
Yuppie, there you go. And we got to make sure that the sizes, they're going to be in different languages, but they're not going to mean what they are.
Oh.
like maybe like tall, grande, venti, and it's supposed to be like small, medium, large, but it doesn't actually mean small, medium, and large. You know?
You get struck by lightning.
Wow. God really liked that one.
You know what? Drop that idea. Didn't say anything.
Okay.
So what do you
So
want to do?
Yeah, no, I think if we could find just like a quaint cafe, I'd be happy.
That's fine. Coin Cafe, as long as they got free Wi-Fi.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but you know,
I hate this.
They
So you walk down the main strip, you take a left turn, and there's a row of various stores. Usually how the city is laid out is there's like a T intersection, or I guess it's a cross intersection, but the side of the side of the road that's towards the gate doesn't have any buildings on it, and it's mostly like stable and like storage warehouse stuff. Then on like the side towards the mountain, like the side of the road towards the mountain, there's little commercial shops like tailors, produce stands, and the like general stores. And then the main strip is where most of the like crafted things are. So blacksmiths, like actual clothing stores, and like carpentry shops and stuff like that. So you go down to the edge of the road. This is like a corner store. Eric's shop is. You go to the left, and then you start walking down, and there's people passing all around you of mostly dwarven and halfling descent. So you're able to see well over the crowd. You have a perfect view of the whole town, and you see a lovely little poster for a place called the Quiet Cat Inn.
Oh.
Or no, the Quiet Cat Inn and Saloon is what it is.
Oh, this seems nice. What do you think?
quiet.
Yeah. Let's go inside.
Yeah, you see a sign on like the side of the building by the door that says free or complimentary cats and books inside.
Oh yeah. Let's go in here.
Sure.
You walk in, and you see a nice little old lady. She's a human. She's got like short bob cut like white hair. She has to be like in her older her later 50s or 60s, and she says, "Darling, would you mind taking your shoes off at the door? Thanks." And you see a sign beside the entrance that says, "Please take your shoes off before getting on the carpet."
Theta, let's go somewhere else.
No, I'm taking my shoes off. There's cats here.
Yeah, you see like 24 cats hanging out. There's various tables around. There's like the tables are made private by bookshelves that have a whole manner of books on each, and then there's like lounge chairs that have, mood lighting, and then there's a second floor balcony where there's quiet reading nooks and stuff like that.
Theta, you can stay here. I think I'm gonna find a rowdier place.
Why?
What's
I
the
don't want to take
matter,
my shoes
darling?
off.
Is everything
No
okay?
offense,
Do you want some honey chamomile tea?
I'm more of a shitty beer and fist fight kind of guy.
You look like you could use a relaxing evening. Come on, have a seat. I'll get you fixed up real good.
Yeah, you need to. Wolfsbane, you need like 5 minutes away from just overwhelming amounts of violence. Just
Can I keep my shoes on?
And she points to like the side. She has a it's a cow, like a figurine of a cow on its back with like a wire brush sticking out of its stomach. It's a boot cleaner. Like have you ever seen one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that kind of. She's like, if you clean, I'll It'll be 1 gold.
Sure,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. She squints her eyes and watches you clean your boots. And then,
And then I'll flicker a gold coin.
and she says, enjoy your time. Would you like a drink or something?
What do you got?
We have all sorts of teas, and we have some mixed drinks, and we have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Do you like those?
I'd like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and can I get a black tea with orange rind?
I'm sure we have something like that. Let me go check.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
You have any barley tea?
But you mean beer?
No, barley tea.
I'm not familiar.
It's kind of more of an elven thing, but I'll just take whatever tea you got. Surprise me.
Okay.
I think
And
you'd
she-
enjoy an Irish breakfast.
What was that?
Irish breakfast.
Yeah,
The hell's Irish?
you take a seat at the bar.
Oh, Irish.
You take a seat at like
Invented
the
tea when we tried to make coffee twice.
So you take a seat at the bar, and immediately, like, 2 cats come and, like, nuzzle your leg, Wolfsbane. And Theta.
Oh, hello, pet.
Yeah.
Look down at the cat. Just kind of like raise my eyebrow.
Meow.
Say, howdy, cat.
Meow. And it's, like, weaving its way in between your legs.
I'm gonna pick up the cat and wear it around my neck like a scarf.
Make an animal handling check.
So that's how I wear my cat. That's like I have a home. I just pick up
Like
my
a-
cat
like a
and just,
scarf?
put them around my neck and just walk around. Yeah, like they're like you know how like one of those pillows people wear on airplanes.
The cat starts to freak out. It goes, and after you like lift it up and it notices that it's not in danger, it sort of calms down. And then you put it around its neck, and it sort of just like melts it and like goes slack, like a nice scarf.
Nice. See, this
And I'm
is
just gonna
nice.
pretend like there's not a cat around my neck.
Immediately, it starts purring, like audibly.
Nice.
I'm just not gonna pay attention to it. I'm just not gonna call attention to it. It's there, and I'm just gonna pretend like I'm completely normal.
Yeah. So where do you take a seat?
You said we sat at the bar.
Yeah, but I mean that was more so just placing you near the bar.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to
Hey, you
sit
want
somewhere
to
else?
stay here or go one of the booths?
What?
You want to stay here at the bar or go to one of the booths?
Sorry, I'm just lost in bliss right now. I can't think about that sort of thing. I'm good where I am.
All right then.
Yeah, and a couple of moments pass, and you hear from the back. She shouts, "What flavor of jelly do you want?"
Later. They're muted.
Yeah. Hello? What flavor of jelly do you want?
Grape.
Okay, yeah, so she brings out 2 sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, on whole wheat bread, with grape jelly and a healthy amount of peanut butter. And then she sets that down and she goes in the back and she brings out your tea and she did hear the Irish breakfast comment, so she brought out some Irish breakfast tea for Wolfsbane.
Drink, I drank it.
It's just good old black tea.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's been a minute since you had like actual tea. I think the last time I remember is when you guys were on a camping trip outside of Verona.
That was coffee.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he gave
Yep,
us
that was
coffee.
coffee.
No, because Rosetta had tea.
I think because Rosetta made her own tea.
Yeah, and
Rosetta made
you
her own
watched her like make it the wrong way, and you freaked out. Tea in a bag or whatever.
Tea in a bag, you stupid bitch!
Yeah. So she,
Something like that.
you know,
Something like that happened.
yeah. So the cat immediately just starts to like pad at your arm, Wolfsbane.
Hee hee hee.
You hear
I'm ignoring it. It's just a cat.
yeah, you hear the purring increase in volume as you sit down, and you
So Theta,
yeah.
what's been up?
Yeah?
I know we've basically been next to each other for like literal weeks now. But what's up? Anything going on with your life?
No, not really. I'm just kind of tired.
Yeah, aren't we all, buddy?
You know, it's just a little been kind of stressful.
That's what happens when you deal with gods.
Yeah.
Kind of assholes. We gotta do all the work.
Yeah. I don't mind the work. That's not what I mind. I mind the feeling that we're just bouncing around and getting nothing done.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we've gotten a lot done recently.
No, right?
When was the last time it felt like we actually got something done?
Oh God. When we see, I can't even think right now. Maybe the last time I think we were actually making any progress was when we got to Void Hope Citadel.
Honestly, yeah. Kind of been stagnant since then. Now, after we get this stuff from Shaper, where are we going anyway? Are we going over to the Great Wilds saying hi to the family, or are we going back up north and trying to kill Desmond?
I'm thinking Dore. Then
Yeah. Probably gonna be in Andorra for a while, because
if you think it'll be
I got
faster
business
to go
there.
to Ashahan first and then hit Amdori on the way back,
We could.
I'm not particularly in a rush.
Well, big thing is so out of character. Wolfsbane knows. Do I know that the Cortex was stolen yet?
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, Beta. Reason we were going over there originally, we got to get to the Great Wilds to get energy from that tree to power the Cortex. But since the Cortex was stolen, what are we gonna do about that now? It's kind of a big part of our plan.
Who the fuck stole that? What the fuck?
Out of character. Wolfsbane knows it's the house or no?
I believe what happened was you overheard a conversation, and I mean this was Theta, I think, who heard this, that the House Unwavering stole the Cortex, and
There you go.
yeah, and
Those dicks.
they relayed that.
Yeah, you remember. The house stole it.
Well, are they gonna give it to us?
Do we just ask them for it? Like, it's kind of the big thing they've been looking for.
Like a fucking asking for like a gun.
And I think that wouldn't that be kind of suspicious? Because I don't think they trust us that much already as it is. And then if we just kind of roll up there and ask for the big, powerful item, they're gonna be like, "Why do you want this?"
Us to save this goddamn plane, they can give us the goddamn Cortex back.
Meow.
Exactly.
Oh, I sometimes I
You
mix
call
up the different players' motivations. I forget that the house wants us to actually stop the forgetting,
They do. They do.
but they want to make the whole thing predictable, don't they?
Yeah, and the forgetting's unpredictable.
So do we have to stop the forgetting and then we have to stop the house?
I don't really give a shit what they do. I think they're. We can stop them, but like, what does that even mean?
Means it's something to do.
I guess.
Meow.
Yeah, right? Like, do we have to always be doing something?
But
Can't we, like, just rest for,
we
like,
had
an
that
hour?
whole like inspirational conversation for a long time ago about taking the house down.
So
Yeah, I
in front
know,
of
I
you
know.
at the bar, a orange tabby has just sat down between your two plates and is watching you conversate.
But, like, I don't even remember why we wanted to do that.
Well, because that making everything predictable isn't good.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
You must ask yourself in your heart of hearts what it is you want.
Well, one thing at a time. First, let's save this goddamn
That
world, and
voice
then we
was
can try and think of
emanating in
saving
your
all the other
mind, by
ones.
the way.
Oh shit!
Who the fuck is that?
It's just the voiceover.
Pay no attention.
It's the narrator. Yeah, you don't hear it
Give
every now and
me
then.
a sandwich.
No.
Yeah, shut up, narrator. Get
I
out of
thought
here.
it was crazy. And my
No,
narrator
you're
seems
not.
different.
The
Yeah,
cat
usually he's not doing that low dumbass voice.
the cat paws at your plate. Give me your sandwich, mortal.
No, it's not. Not for you.
I
Not for you. Not for
require
you. Not
sustenance.
for you. No, not for you.
Cat, go get a mouse or something.
There's. Go. Shoot.
You fools. And the cat paces around and lays down at the corner of the bar, watching you.
There's food bowls. There's food bowls. Oh, shit.
Well, when should we get the cortex in? Should we get it like now, or should we go get it after we get the stuff from the tree?
Okay. I'm thinking order of operations. We get this stuff done first. Then we go talk to the house. Because I think that's going to be a quick errand. Really. I don't think it's going to
Yeah, it should. And then we'll stop in Amdoria after that. We'll deal with the face that's in the tower. We'll deal with the three sons. Well, two to the left. Then we can go to Ashtown and deal with your family. Then we can grab a magical bucket and go tap the Elven World Tree or whatever.
Are you not getting tired of calling them the three sons, except not because they're fucking one of them's dead? Is that not?
Well, they're still technically called the Three Sons. Like
Yeah,
that's their name. It's their brand.
Annoying?
Well, either I'll call them the two sons, and well, technically not even the two sons because one of them's a chick.
Ugh, fucking hate.
So I'm just
this.
gonna say three sons. It's simpler that way instead of saying the three sons, except there's two of them, and except one of them's a girl.
Why can't you just say those fuckers?
Because there's lots of fuckers. Look at our lives, Theta. There are so many fuckers.
Yeah, and I can get on board with killing all of them.
That's gonna take a while, but
Meow.
shit, I am too, to be honest.
Yeah, if you just keep saying we gotta go kill those fuckers, I'm just gonna go, yeah, right, and then I'm not even gonna think about which ones you're talking about. It'll just
We can literally go north, west, south, east, or to
and find
another
people
dimension,
who want-
and we still got fuckers to kill.
Yeah.
Meow.
Cat, you
Right?
with us? You with us?
Can you believe this bullshit?
Meow.
Fucking
Yeah, fuck them.
Meow.
Yeah, fuck Desmond.
Meow.
you are not
Yeah,
allowed to
fuck
say
the
that word.
mercenaries.
Just because he's
Anyway.
a nasty little elf does not mean you get to call him that.
You just said the E word.
I wonder whatever happened to Dworgen.
I think he's just fucking dead, and if he's not dead,
I'm pretty sure he died a long time ago, but we don't know for sure.
We can can look into it if it'd make you happy.
Not really.
Wasn't he a buddy of yours?
Kinda. We shared some war stories. He gave me some armor, but he was all infatuated with the whole king below thing. So he gave me armor with the symbol of the face of greed on it, and it was kind of cool. He said he was going to give me something if we met again, but I think he's dead. I stopped him from getting poisoned, but pretty sure he just got poisoned like after that.
Oh well. Whatever happened to the secrets guy that Jin worked for? He has to
Oh,
be the master of whispers.
Well,
I don't think you ever met him.
the one that I turned into the Exarch or whatever,
I think that
the
was
Holy Diviner, the High Diviner.
that was
Yeah,
fuck.
something like that.
What was his name? I forget.
He was the
'cause
master of whispers.
He was entirely forgettable. Jourdain, that was his name.
Jourdain was cool.
Jourdain.
Jourdain. He had plans.
Yes.
Well, there's two options for him. One, he's still hiding underneath the remnants of the church, or two, he's dead.
He's super dead.
He's probably dead.
There's no way Desmond let him live.
Well, that's if Desmond found him.
I don't think it would be very hard.
You remember the event that caused Jourdain's disappearance was a duel at the gala between Exarch quote-unquote Frida and Exarch Desmond, and he cast Moonbeam on Frida, and he turned into Jourdain, like his changeling form, and then he ran away and like teleported away. Yeah, so the lady who owns this lovely establishment has been coming back out to the bar every now and then, asking you if you need anything.
Quite
You have any
interesting.
bacon? I'm afraid I can't hold any bacon here. The cats would well, probably get sick.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think they have some at that the other inn up the road.
Yeah, we're staying there, just kind of
I
breaking up
personally
the.
don't care for the place. It's very loud.
It is loud, yeah.
So what brings you to my lovely inn?
I just need a
This
place to
guy.
clear my head.
Oh, don't we all? What's got your mind going?
It's just the fate of the world.
I heard you
Yeah.
have a lot of plates spinning.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just fucking like 8 of them.
Usually, whenever I have a lot of decisions to make, I leave it to the fate.
Is the fate like an actual entity, or is this like a
No, you just gotta flip a coin, roll a die, whatever it takes.
Oh. I feel like we've already been doing that for some reason, for a really odd reason. I feel like we've already done this.
Every day, when you wake up, there's always a chance you won't. It's all the luck of the dice. Yeah, and this
How long
conversation
have we
has
been here? We spent a lot of time
this
here.
conversation has taken a pragmatic amount of time, however much time you needed it to take.
Takes enough time for me to get to the tailor and then get to the date.
Cool. Yeah, so it's about 5 o'clock, so it's almost dinner time for the inn.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Go over to the tailor.
Crazy indeed. Yeah, so you do you leave the cat?
Yeah, it's not ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you take the neck tie off. You just leave it on the.
No, I just kind of like lean over so I can walk off of my shoulder onto the counter.
I see. As you're walking out, that orange tabby speaks into your mind again. He says, "Be careful what you wish for."
What does that?
I wish we could shut up.
Why is that a reoccurring phrase today?
Well, probably because we're gonna make a wish at some point or do something to fuck us over. Like,
I fucking hate this. Fucking
you know, I bet
bullshit.
it's gonna happen. I bet we're gonna meet like 3 witches who are like super powerful, like they weave like fate or something. We're gonna like make a wish. They're
my
gonna fuck us over.
fucking god.
That sounds a bit far-fetched.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, talking cat.
Little
Motherfucking
fucking
Garfield.
shit.
Go back to your comic strip. Oh,
You have-
Monday lasagna, motherfucker.
Do you have any lasagna?
No, don't, you little
No.
shit. You little fucking
The
troglodyte.
the inn owner seems to be like really confused because Wolfsbane is talking at the cat, like just speaking at the cat, just cursing him. She seems a bit
You
offended.
should teach your cat. You should teach your cat to mind its own business, ma'am.
What do you mean?
A little shit.
That orange one.
Little nasty man. He's a little dirty.
A nasty little boy.
You talking about
Baby man.
Tangerine?
Baby man. Stupid little baby man.
Tangerine,
Little baby hand.
Tangerine never hurt nobody. And she goes down and pets his like little head, gives him like one little finger scritch right between his eyes.
I want to put something between his eyes.
Jeez.
Yeah, Glock.
And as you're walking away, you hear the cat say, "Thank you, old lady. This is much appreciated."
Little bitch. Little fucking bitch.
Well,
You
let's go
hear-
to the tailor.
You hear deep, like, purrs in your mind.
Get the fuck out. I'm supposed to be able to control this.
Not
It's
yet.
unsettling.
Oh, shit. All right, so you go back to the tailor. Outside, the sun is beginning to set. It sets earlier now that it's winter, or going into winter.
Getting there. Winter is coming.
Get the fuck
They
out.
don't say that. You might get your head cut off.
You
Most of the Starks die in that show.
What the fuck is a Stark?
see
Don't worry about
you
it.
see a bird
A
flying
Stark
overhead.
between you and me.
Oh my god. Okay, so we go to the tailor. The door opens. We hear the bell, and we see hanging on a nice little hanger, like a metal wire hanger, on the wall, is a very nice set of clothing. Describe the new clothing that you got made, Wolfsbane.
It's exactly the same as what I wore. It was a mediocre denim vest, and then a button-up here. It's like a black denim vest, and then like a gray, cobaltish button-up shirt.
Cool.
You
Yeah,
you specifically asked him to make it mediocre.
Specifically,
Yeah.
I'd like it as mediocre as possible, please. Thanks.
Please make this fucking average. I want this to be mid.
Keep it
Make
mid,
it
dog.
adequate.
Keep it adequate. Nah, I mean,
I'm humble like that.
yeah, but Tolregard is currently balancing some books. You seem like writing some stuff down in a ledger.
Howdy, Thorgard.
Welcome back. How was your evening out?
Good, thank you.
Cats.
Oh, did you go and see Gertrude?
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yes, she's a wonderful lady. I go there all the time.
She's
Her cat's
nice.
kind of rude though.
Little shit, little fucking bastard.
Kept
doesn't
talking
mind
to
your
What?
business. One of those little fucks, this little dickhead.
What, did he
The
scratch
little
you?
orange one.
Did he scratch you?
No, he talked to us.
Cats don't
He
talk.
stared at us like
meow?
oh, this one did.
Like it meowed
Oh,
at
no,
you.
it had a deep
No,
voice.
it said a slur.
It did
Oh.
say a slur,
That's
and it told us to like watch out. It's like threatening us.
It was saying
It's like be careful what you wish for.
that is uncommon.
Fuck, bro.
I've never had a cat talk to me like that before.
Yeah, right.
Everywhere we go, we run into the uncommon.
It's like, come on, man. This is my day off. This is my one day. This
Literally.
is the one day I get, and you're just fucking my vibes.
One day we don't have a bunch of weird stuff going on.
Well,
This is the most normal fucking day we've had.
I'm sorry to hear about
In a
that.
long time.
No, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. We really shouldn't have just blown up and just
Do-
vented like that.
Do
It was unfair.
do the clothing meet your specification? Is this all right? Yes.
Oh
Yeah, they
it's
look
like
great,
dog
man.
shit. I love it.
Good, good. Thank you for the
I'm gonna take my
payment.
jacket off and then take my shirt and vest off and then put the new ones on. It's in the middle of the store.
Yeah, they're nice. They fit about as well as the last one. It's like noticeable because
Throw my jacket back on.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
normal stretching out of material and all that. Your old ones are a little bit more like baggy on you, but these ones are brand new.
You got any use for these bloody, muddy pieces of clothing?
No, you can keep them.
All right, I'm not gonna use them, but is there like a fire pit somewhere near here? I guess like chuck
I
them in or something.
I can just dispose of them if you wish.
That's cool with me, compadre.
What's that mean?
Friend,
Friend.
companion, ally.
Oh, interesting.
It's I don't know. It's Goliath.
Hey, maybe
It is
what
Goliath,
if the
yeah.
Goliaths are just a bunch of cholos? Just like a bunch of fucking Mexican gangster dudes. What if that's the Goliath culture?
Just a bunch of cholos.
Yeah.
I think we need to step carefully.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I think we need to take a few big steps back before we do that.
so
It's a
so you give him your old clothes and he bids you adieu and you go head to your date then.
date.
Faye, what do you do what are you planning on doing while this date is happening?
I'm gonna sit right there.
Like with him?
Yeah,
What the
we do
fuck?
everything together.
No, it's there. You can leave. You can go sit on the other side of the bar.
What?
Okay,
You
so
you don't.
we
you're
are
not
walking
welcome
into the inn. We see the Wise Oaf Inn. We see the stairs and standing outside, like a couple feet away from the doorway is a similar figure, or a familiar figure to Wolfsbane. You met him last time you were here. The guy who told you about the job that you went on, and about working with the guild. Seems to be
The
just
leather-clad dwarf.
yeah, it seems to be just posted up outside, and you walk in, and flanking both sides of the door are two similar figures. They're dressed in like dark robes. They're hiding their faces, but they're making sure they're like situationally aware. And then sitting at an empty table in the corner of the inn, in like a very nice spot, is the woman that you were supposed to have a date with. She's about, from what you saw, she was about like 5'10". Her hair is like short. She keeps it up in like a bun, and it's like curly blonde brown hair. And she's wearing like shockingly similar to like Ciri's clothes in Witcher, but like less poofy and more like
Okay.
yeah, and sort of like short daggers to her sides, and then she has like a long the long golden sword that you saw before. And she's sitting at the back table. She's been watching the door, and she waves at you. She says, "Come on over."
I come on over.
And Theta, what do you do?
I'm just gonna sit down right next to him.
So you sit next to him, okay?
Yeah, as Theta goes to sit down next to me, I'm just gonna look at Theta and just say, "What are you doing?"
Why do you not want me here?
I mean, two's company if you wish. I don't have a problem with it.
Theta, you can go over by the bar.
Fucking God.
Yeah, as Theta walks away, I'm just gonna kind of turn to her and say, "He's kind of got attachment issues."
I could set him up with I know a guy. Is he into
Yeah, I think he
that?
swings that way.
She can tell, huh?
Is she into that? Is
I
he
don't
into
know.
that? I can't really
What
tell
are they?
what is that exactly.
What is that? What the fuck is that beast?
The long hair. The long hair has me thinking, perhaps feminine, but the sort
Elves,
of
man.
more of a they.
well, what sex do they go after? Male or female? I have both with me if you would like. They're
Anything from a guy to a bug.
what's the difference? Am I right? And she like looks at the
Legs.
door. She looks at the door, and she points at the guy by the door, and then points to like Theta. And
What?
yeah, Theta, you get approached by someone in a second. Uh, so
Wolfsbane, you've done something terrible to someone.
she's sitting, she's sitting with her back to the wall, and she's sort of watching the rest of the inn. And she says, "Is that a new shirt?"
Yeah, it is. What's up with the guys by the front anyway?
Oh, well, my second insists that I bring them with me if I go to places that aren't necessarily safe. This is the only inn that has been resistant to our coming here, so they the it's not familiar ground. We usually hang out somewhere else, so figured it's best to bring back up just in case.
Well, hopefully they don't have to watch everywhere.
What do you mean? She grins.
Oh, nothing. How's your day been anyway?
Very productive.
Is that so?
Yes, I solved a lot of the problems we were having when I arrived. There's still a few things that I need to look at, but things are going pretty well.
Well, that's good to hear. Now,
Also,
I wish I could
didn't
say I've been productive, but
also I didn't have to kill anyone today, so I count myself lucky.
there is that.
Can you say the same?
Oh, last time I killed somebody was just resurrecting somebody and then putting them back to rest count as killing.
Depends on where you're from.
Then no. Last time I shed blood was, well, probably like a week ago.
It must be hard for a person like you.
Person like me. What do you mean by that?
Well, a strong-willed warrior. Person who is wise to the ways of the world.
And why do you think it would be hard to shed blood?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it's best avoided when possible.
Yeah, well, you get used to it.
Yeah. As they say, blood's money.
And money's blood.
And she sort of grins at the table. So
Now, notice that sword on your back. That's I'm assuming the one you got done, right?
yeah, that's actually what brought me here. I had this made. That's
Can I see the heartstone like on the pommel?
yeah, it's clear. It's smoothly cut. It's like rounded, almost like a. It's like rounded, but you can see like the light coming through it. It's got like faceted inside, so you can see like different faces in the inside. So it's like cracked and stuff on the inside, so you can see the light reflecting off each face, and it sort of casts shadows on the walls behind her.
And I said, well, I'm actually surprised it only cost you $250 to get that made for you. Don't get me wrong, it's
no,
beautiful.
It cost a lot more. I just 250 was what I noticed. The rest of the gold was here already.
All right then. Well, yeah. It's a beautiful piece. I'm afraid it's only the second most beautiful thing in the room, but still a wonderful sword.
Are you talking about your hammer again, Wolfsbane?
Oh no, I'm definitely full of myself, but not when I'm talking to somebody as fine as you.
Ugh.
Um, make a charisma check.
Yeah. Shitty flirting. Let's go. Oh, this is going to be a terrible saving ability check. I can already see it.
Ooh.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, so you see her, like, pallid sort of demeanor sort of change a bit, and she's like, you see the slightest hint of her blushing. And so she reacts to this, and she says, "Well, thanks. I, you're not too bad yourself." And she takes the sword out off of her back and sort of lays it on the table in front of her. And you see the like golden gleaming metal of a carved dragon on like it's so it's like head is somewhere at the tip of the blade, and then it's like a long dragon, so it's like a worm almost, with like the blue eyes at the very top, like at the flat of the blade. Doesn't look very conventional, you know, probably would get in the way of actual combat, but it's definitely pretty.
It's a very ornate piece. The dragon have significance to you, or
Um, well, this is a family heirloom, and she points at the stone, and this has to do with my family name.
and your family name might be?
Oh, do we know each other that well already?
Well, I don't even know your name. I'm afraid you don't know mine yet, do you?
Uh, one sec. You can call me Lacey. Lacey Coroneus.
Just Cornelius, ring a bell.
Make a history check. If they'd have heard this, they probably would know automatically, but you need to make a history check for that. You're pretty sure that's an elven last name.
Isn't this chick human?
So you think?
All right.
Yeah, she appears to be human.
Well, you can call me Wolfsbane.
Very strong sounding, I suppose. Do you have a family name?
No, I do not. I lost that long ago.
Hmm.
I'm afraid I do have other names, but they ain't so favorable as just Wolfsbane.
Yes, we go around collecting things like names and memories. It's kind of sad, really. Unless you're in it for the glory.
Well, whether or not you're in it for the glory, you don't just collect names and memories. You sure as hell collect a lot of enemies too. And coincidentally, they're the ones that give you those names.
So, are you familiar with my work?
Familiar as in I know what you do, or familiar as in I've done it myself.
Either, or both.
Well, your work. What are you, just leader of the Thieves Guild or something?
Where'd you get that idea?
Well, the local businesses pay you for protection while simultaneously somewhat fairing you. I can sense that there's some sort of guild, almost heard of some sort of guild, probably a thieves guild, one of the more common ones. You're second, you said, so you're obviously the first, or at least a first. So you could be a leader of a subsidiary, uh, or some sort of missionary of thieves, or you could just be a mercenary, or you could just be a leader of an artisan guild, really handy with a sword. Well, I guess
Well,
technically that's a thieves guild too, depending on how you look at it.
how about you go first? Where are you from? What do you do?
Well, depends from where I'm from. That's kind of a tricky question to answer. I was originally from Calm. Uh, as far as what I do, I guess you can say kind of like a handyman. I do odds and ends for different people. There's coin involved, I'm most likely involved in it.
So you're a bounty hunter.
That's the word.
Hmm. I've met quite a few of your type. They're all so much different though. You're I thought you would be like a soldier on duty or something, maybe here on a mission.
Oh no.
You have that air about you, the sort of disciplined demeanor. Well,
Well, the way I find it. Oh yeah, continue.
no, go ahead. You go first.
The way I find it, if you don't have that demeanor, you ain't gonna make it. If you're a bounty hunter, you're dealing with all sorts of stuff that's gonna kill you. And if you don't know what the hell you're doing, you're gonna get killed. Simple as.
Hmm. That makes sense why all the bounty hunters I've ever hired have failed. None of them were like you.
You
Well,
never hired me.
I my second that I spoke of is actually the leader of the thieves guild here. It's a nasty name. We're not thieves. I look at us more as like protectors. If there's banditry on the road here or on any of the trade routes out of the city, we deal with it. And they look at it like we're stealing their money, but what we're really doing is protecting them from unexpected business expenses. If something under our protection goes badly, uh, carriage goes missing or gets ransacked, we reimburse the business, almost like insurance. Um, I actually lead the guild in Elnheim.
It's
Yes.
a busy town right now. All the stuff going on there. Well, north of there, but
Yes, that's partially the reason I decided to leave.
you got stakes in the war or no?
My brother does, but I don't really care too much. I'd rather a simple, quiet life, or rather a business, than war, especially expansionist war.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
We've always had our disagreements, but who doesn't, even with being siblings or family?
Well, hey, family disagrees the most.
I should tell him that. When I told him I didn't want to come north with him, he fucking basically kicked me out. He told me I wouldn't inherit the kingdom they get. It's disgusting.
Hey, whatever kingdom they get ain't gonna last that long.
Yeah. So at this point, she's like been drinking, so she's getting a little bit looser with her words, and she's like letting out small details here and there. Uh, so she reaches across the table and she's like, "Well, I showed you mine. Now you show me yours." And she looks at the hammer.
Take the hammer, put it down on the table.
Wow. This is wow. I it's equally as impressive. I mean, maybe not as gaudy, but very nice.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, Gaudy's not really my style.
Where'd you get it from?
Well, that's kind of a complicated question.
It's okay. We can wait till later. Yeah. So where'd you guys come from? Hirnwall's not really the place for travelers nowadays, at least. They used to be.
Yeah, we came from Dora.
Oh. Would you like to make a deception check? Or I mean, you're lying, so it would be deception.
That's true, but am I trying to deceive?
Well, I mean, that's lying is deception.
That is true, but there's no reason for her to not believe me. I'm still making one. Just give me a second.
I suppose. If she like notices that you're lying, she'll just be like, okay, he's not being honest. But she won't
Yeah, that's
really
true.
know how you're being dishonest. Yeah. So she's sort of agreeing with you. She nods her head. She says, yeah, we've been thinking about expanding. I've never been to there. Well, not since I was a girl.
Oh well, I don't know how welcome you'd be. They already got a whole lot of business going on over there. A bit nastier than so-called thieves guild.
Can I? There's something you should know before we embark on whatever night this is meant to be. The people around here have some bad blood with other races, especially ones to the east of here. There was a very big war. There's no end of the racism between dwarves and elves. I need to let you in on a secret. And she holds up her right hand, and she has like a golden iron band with a picture of like a gemstone engraved into it. Like a not like an actual gemstone, but like a geometric pattern on this golden band on her wrist. She says, "Do you know what this is?"
Do I?
Make a history or an arcana check. Probably not. Um, yeah, no, you probably wouldn't know what that is. So
Yeah, no, I don't know what that is.
it's well, it'd be easier if I just showed you. And she like looks around, making sure no one's like looking at her directly. And then she slips it off her wrist,
I'm fucking looking at you, bitch.
and she sees, or like you see, like I guess Wolfsbane and Theta if they're looking exactly at that moment. Actually, just roll a d6, and if you get lower than a 3, you're looking. Like while this is happening, Theta. Okay,
Fuck.
so you didn't look.
Who is distracting me right now?
We'll see. We'll see.
Kill them.
We'll see this. So, Wolfsbane, you watch as this woman in front of you transforms a bit. She transforms from like a human female into an elven female. Her ears grow a little longer. It's like an on-off switch, not like a transformation. So it's like her ears just pop into like being pointed, and her features are more drawn out and sallow, and she gets a lot skinnier and more waifish. And she says, "There, now you know my secret," and she puts it back on. And
Well,
then,
sorry, darling, but I already made you for an elf.
how's that?
Your last name gives it away.
I didn't think anyone would recognize that name still.
And then in fluent Elvish, I'm just gonna say, I know a thing or two.
We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Yeah, and then she responds in Elvish. She says, "Maybe it's best we don't talk that language here. They're still a little harsh on that kind of thing, but it's good to see that
Back in English, I'm just
yeah,
gonna say, or not English, Colin. I'm gonna say, yeah, understandable.
It's good to see that, you bear no hatred towards us. I know we aren't or weren't always the nicest to your people. And then
Well, it doesn't matter what.
we're gonna switch
Oh
over
yeah,
to
you gotta
Theta.
switch over.
So Theta,
I'm gonna get a drink.
you're sitting at the bar, right? And all of a
Oh,
sudden you see
oh fuck.
this girl at the table point at the person at the bar. It's a female. She has like long red hair hidden behind a cloak. She sits at the bar beside you, and she says, "So why did she tell me to come over here? Is everything okay?"
What?
Oh, she didn't. Not this again. She has this thing where she thinks that if you're single, you're gonna cause problems for the guild. She wants us to hook
Oh,
up.
yuck. Disgusting.
You can see she is visibly hurt.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm not saying you're disgusting. No, it's simpler than that. I just think the idea of having sex with you makes me want to vomit.
You see a tear well up in her eye.
No, it's not because of you. I simply don't want to have sex with anyone.
Oh,
Christ.
uh, okay.
Oh, you're over here now already. We might as well chat.
Hi. How are you?
My name is Theta. I'm doing fine.
I'm Lorelai. Um, it's nice to meet you, Theta.
Right.
Who's that sitting beside her?
Oh, that is my adventuring buddy, Wolfsbane.
He's really big.
Yep, it's the Goliath.
Huh. Haven't seen one of those in a while. So what brings you to Hirnwall?
Oh, just business, adventuring business, magical items. There's a great forge master here too.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard. I've never been, but yeah, I've heard.
But you haven't explored the city at all.
Well, only special privileges are bestowed on people that fit the rank, so I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I'm sure that'll happen sometime.
You just stay in this bar, hooking
No.
up with people.
No, I work for the guild. I do everything that's required of me.
I see.
Don't think
That's a wrong.
don't think I just go around hooking up with people. That's not my job.
Okay. I'm.
I'm
You
not
know
that
what?
I'm
That's
not
a
that
very.
I'm not that kind of girl.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't pass judgment either way.
Why do you wear a mask?
Cause it's cool.
Are you I had an uncle once and he was in an accident. Um are you
Are
he
you trying
had
to ask if I'm hideously deformed?
um I wasn't going to put it like that, but kind of.
No, it's no.
He's grotesquely disfigured.
I'm beautifully deformed.
I'm sure. I mean, I can see in your eyes that you're a nice person. So it's easy enough to see that it can't be too bad.
Oh no. Well. Okay. So is there anything else that crosses your mind? What's your boss's deal? I guess.
Oh, she's in town. She just came here from Elmheim.
What's with that sword?
She came here because she had like a really big gemstone that was like passed through her family. And
Hearthstone?
I don't know. It's red. I don't know much about gemstones.
It sounds like a Hearthstone. See, my family actually specialized in gems to an extent.
Really?
Yes.
But Theta doesn't sound like your real name.
Well, it is. Sorry.
Hmm. Well, if you're interested, I know of a different place we can go.
Where?
There's well, I can't go now because I'm on duty, but after I get off duty, we can go. There's this place. It's associated with the guild. It's well, this time of night especially because it's a non-working day. They hold fights there, like
Oh,
every kind of fight,
well, Spain would go crazy for that.
like a club.
Like a fight club.
Yeah, we can't talk about it like that though.
Okay, the fight get together.
Well, I mean, no,
The
like
fight kumbaya.
sure, sure. Yeah, I don't know. You were asking about her before.
Does she participate in this little kumbaya?
She likes to watch, I think.
Hmm. I see.
She's kind of weird. Something's off about her.
In what way?
She came into town and she's like, I mean, she's the leader of the chapter in Esserin, so like, of course, she's gonna be like in charge. But there's just, it seems like she's hiding something. I
Aren't
don't know.
all thief guild leaders hiding something? Isn't that like part of the job?
Well, I mean, Nessa wouldn't hide anything from me. She's a nice lady, and she's the leader here.
Oh, maybe she's just bad at her job.
Well, you don't have to be. We're not thieves either, really.
I've not been clarified as to what actually you guys do, so do forgive my ignorance.
What do you want to know? Like what we do? We're kind of like traders insurance, kind of. Uh,
Mm.
if you leave the city and you're going to another city that we control, then we can offer you insurance, and we try to clean up the roads between here and there.
Oh, tech ferrymen,
Kind of.
or perhaps highwaymen would be appropriate.
Yeah, I'd like to think we're responsible for safe trade routes now. Before, I think we were founded on ill-gotten gains or whatever you say. So,
I mean, I don't really care if you guys are a thieves guild, just to clarify. That's not really any of my business. I just.
well, I don't think anyone thinks that bad things are good. Like, you shouldn't steal from someone if they don't deserve it.
Well.
But I mean, if they deserve it, then
Exactly, you see?
yeah.
More flexibility, right? Uh, it's whatever.
And then we're going to cut back to Wolfsbane. So, uh, Miss Lacey just showed you her elven enchantment bracelet. Uh, yeah. What are you guys talking about when we come back? There's a bit of a time lapse.
I'm gonna ask a question. What is the weirdest thing you've seen out adventuring on one of your missions or something like that?
Well, it's a hard question, kind of. Well, does it count if I saw it when I was at home?
Yeah, sure. As long as it's weird.
When I was a kid, my father, well, he found something. found this huge being, like a body, but like 3 or 4 times as big as like a regular human. And it was like, I never really found an example of it because I read about giants in like books and stuff, but I've never read about something like that. It was just so weird. It was sleeping. It wasn't dead, too, apparently.
Where was it?
It was off the coast of Amphias. That's actually where we're from originally before we... Well, that's not important. Yeah, and Dad got awarded a lot for finding that.
Where is that thing now, anyways? Like in a museum somewhere?
Um, Dad kind of... My brother was groomed into taking care of it. Basically, never having his own life, only really doing what Dad told him to.
Different brother than the one that went north?
No, same one. He's a bit of a blowhard.
Well, that sounds like a fun life to take care of a sleeping giant.
I
No
think
wonder he
I
left
think it
the
woke
north.
up.
Oh,
Yeah,
did it
that's...
now?
Well, I mean, I wasn't there when it happened, and I asked to not be involved once I joined this whole guild thing, because it's a lot to take care of.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But that's probably the weirdest thing. What about you?
The weirdest thing. There were a lot of weird things I seen.
You ever see a
Probably
monkey?
one of them. Yeah, I fought a monkey.
That's weird. Why would you fight a monkey?
Well, it was more of it was an ape, not a monkey.
Weird.
Um, yeah, no, it was really angry for some reason. I think it was a territorial thing. I was in the jungle, and this thing started wailing on me, and I was the biggest one in the group at the time, so I fought it. I think it was 4 of us out of the jungle. One, his ankle was broken; he couldn't move fast at all. The other 2 were smaller fellas, humans. Me being me, well, I fought the thing off, and it was kind of weird. It was like a fist fight, but it wasn't really like a fist fight. This thing, its arms were longer than its legs, and had these big teeth, kind of like mine actually. Uh, threw heavy punches too. Yeah, no. Ultimately, it ran off. Didn't kill it or nothing. I just beat it up, and it ran off back into the jungle.
That's really strange.
Yeah, one of the stranger things though was there was this one guy. I forgot exactly where it was. I think it was somewhere down south. This man fell out of the sky. He literally fell out of the sky. And when he came down, he was waving this thing around. It was weird. It was like a metal tube with a handle fashioned of wood, with like the trigger of a crossbow attached to it. He called it his boomstick.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was weird. He might have been royalty or something. He kept saying "Hail to the King." But yeah, no, he disappeared about a week later. So
That sounds like that would make a really good story. You should write a book about it or something.
it does. I should write about it. He had this probably the weirdest thing he said was right before he left. He said "shop smart, shop S smart," and I have no clue what the hell that means. To this day, it haunts me.
That's... Wow. He's probably like a wizard or something.
He did have a book, big old like a skin bound book.
Wow. I've only seen a couple of skin-bound books, and they've usually been owned by wizards.
Probably a wizard now.
Yeah. Sounds like a likely story.
Yeah. Well, anyways, you said this pointed to the gemstone on the hill. Family heirloom, right?
Yeah.
How long has it been in the family?
Oh, well, ever since my father found it on that thing I told you about.
Oh, he found it on that thing.
Yeah, it was made into like a ring or something. The thing was
It's
wearing it.
a heart stone, right?
Yeah.
Those things are pretty rare. No wonder you had to come here to get it fashioned.
Yeah, I've heard this is the place, especially if you don't want to deal with elves.
What the fuck did you just say?
Did you say you don't want to deal with elves?
Well, elven
No, what the
craftsmen, at least.
What's wrong with elven craftsmen?
Well, they ask for too much money and they give too little in the way of skilled craftsmanship. The people here are really loyal and, well, they owe us a couple favors.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's called labor exploitation. You're taking their surplus value, you fucking indignant bitch.
Seize the means of production.
I'm gonna rip her head off.
So, back to Theta. So this girl, Lorelai, has been prattling on about her jobs that she's done in the town. She's sort of just been bending her ear. You can tell she feels guilty about having to do the things that she's done, and none of them have been overly guilt causing. Really, it's like at most it's like pressuring a few business owners for like a couple of gold here and there. It's nothing too major. But then she says that
You really don't seem made out for this business if that's what gets you a guilty conscience.
yeah, you know, Nessa really, she saved me from being an orphan for my whole life and probably a slave at some point, but I try to do my best, and for her that's being in this. But hey, if you want to meet, our time here's our time here's good. We're all done for the night. Our next shift is coming in. I'm gonna go to that place we talked about. If you wanna find it, just go to the right of the Parthenon up there, of the big
By the
pit. Yeah, but by the big
Right.
building up there, and there's a small little door to the right of the mountain, and it goes down into like a underground area, and it's pretty nice.
Question: can you gamble anything there?
If you can find the right person, there's really no rules other than like don't kill each other on purpose.
Hmm.
Accidents okay
Okay.
though.
All right.
And she gets up and she pats your shoulder. She's like, "It was nice to meet you, Theta."
Yeah. Just yeah. Yeah.
And she
Wolfsbane.
she leaves.
Wolfsbane.
Hold on a second. I hear my companion calling me from the bar.
Excuse me, Wolfsbane's feminine partner. Might I ask you a question?
Oh, hi. I
Hello.
didn't know you could talk through my head. That's weird.
Yeah. Are you a betting woman?
I try not to bet what I can't afford to lose, but I do bet from time to time.
Well, Wolfsbane, I have just heard the most splendid news. There is an underground secret fighting powwow that goes on near here. I was thinking we ought to take this date there and perhaps do a little gambling.
Oh, you want to go to the den?
Ah, is that the code word for this fight
I
club?
I don't. It's kind of embarrassing, and she looks at Wolfsbane with like a sort of contemptuous like dread. Like you don't want to go
Well,
there.
Don't you
I look at Theta, and
adore
I look at
Philo?
Theta like I'm doing the face like Theta. You fucking stop it. Fuck with my plans here.
Fuck
Trying
like
to
your plans. Don't you like fight clubs?
yeah, but I'm trying to do something else here, man.
Don't you wanna go fight in a fight club?
Can I talk to you in your head without the other
Yeah, we
person
can
hearing?
just have
Yeah.
this private conversation.
Yeah.
Theta, I'm gonna
Yeah.
need the room.
Mhm.
Let's just say, last time was with Jester.
Oh my
Joker.
fucking god, no. I don't want. Why do you have to fuck everybody for your solution? Listen,
It's
I had a
been
fucking
two
plan in
people,
my
Theta.
brain
Two
where
people.
we take her there, we placate her with alcohol, eventually we get her to bet her sword, and then you participate in the fight and win it.
Yeah,
And
we
then
can
we
do
get
that.
the sword because you won the
We
fight.
can do that later.
You're
How about you go
gross.
scout the place out? Scout the place out, Theta.
Fucking fine! Stomps out. Leave you to your
After he stomps out.
disgusting carnal pleasures, you freak.
I'm just gonna say, sorry about that. The mind thing was a bit intrusive. He can't speak normally. Under the mask, he's horrendously disfigured. His mouth.
Beautifully disfigured!
No, she just laughs. She's like, I'm sorry if I caused any disagreements. Gosh. Anyway,
We disagree all the time.
if you guys
we're
want to go,
traveling companions, so
if you guys want to go to the den, we can meet you there in I don't know, like a couple hours. The fights don't start for another 3 or 4.
we can go there in a little while. I was thinking, yeah, this might be. Don't worry if this is a bit too pushy. You can say yes, no, but live every day like it's your last, right? I don't have a bed upstairs, but I got 2 that are pushed together because the dwarves have really small beds.
She goes to say, she's like, well, yeah, it's a inn. Every room has bed. Oh, I see. Well, I have. Do you mind if we go to mine instead of me going to yours?
Sure.
Cool. And she sort of gets up and like gestures to get up. Theta, are you going
get up,
to that
put my
place?
hammer back on.
Are you going to that place, or are you just following them? Hello? Uh-oh, Theta's muted. I'll just assume that he's just hanging out. So she decides to leave, and the other 2 guards that are like waiting by the door sort of follow you guys. She takes you to a couple of different turns through the alleys, and then she pushes a like stone button on a pillar. You wouldn't think that it's like a button, but it is. And then out of nowhere, a fountain like on a wall slides inwards into the wall, and a staircase appears downwards. And she looks at you, waiting for approval.
Clap, clap, clap.
Fancy, it's slightly ominous.
Oh, sorry. I just realized how weird this looks. I'm literally like leading you with guards down a. Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, last time anybody I know got led down a staircase with some guards, they ended up getting knocked out and chained up.
Yeah. Tell you this. I swear, and she like crosses her hand over her heart. I swear that nothing bad will happen to you down here. I don't know how else to help you, but that's,
don't worry, I'm going down anyway.
Yeah, this is my home.
Don't worry. Wolfsbane's not scared of being hurt.
I'm not scared of getting knocked out and chained up. Wink, wink.
I'm also a raging psychopath that will kill all of you.
Theta, where are you at right now? Are you
It's
following
true.
them?
Wolfsbane could probably kill all of them.
I'm gonna say I'm going to the den.
Okay.
And I don't want to be rude, but I was wondering if we
Yeah.
could wrap up.
I'm planning on wrapping pretty soon, really soon. Okay, so we go downstairs. There's another. The guards stay up there, and she presses another button, and the fountains like slide forward. She opens another like wooden door at the bottom of the staircase, and she goes in. It leads to like a cistern type area. It's very clean. It's just kind of dark. Like it leads
No
to
offense. What the fuck is a cistern? I don't know what that is.
like a deep stone hallway.
Oh, okay.
In some cases, it could lead to a sewer system, but it's like,
Oh, lovely.
yeah. But this hallway is nice and clean, and there's like carpet on the floor, and like it's well lit by candles. And she takes a few turns down these hallways, and she leads to a doorway, and she's like, "Here we are." And she opens the door, and there's like a nice bed with furs on it, and we see both of you two go into the room. The door closes, and the we begin with I don't know what you would do, but she would ask you to sit on a bed, and as she gets undressed, we see this, but the camera cuts down to where we see only her midsection. We don't see like the extraneous nudity. I mean, you can if you want to imagine that, but she begins to undress, and as she undresses, we are greeted with a sight. Let me describe what you see.
She has a tentacle. Oh no.
So, as she undresses, you see tattooed onto her like midriff, like stomach area, is a symbol that you're very familiar with. It's faded. It looks very old, like a tattoo that's never been touched up again. It looks like a hooded skull with a sword behind it. You would know this as the symbol of greed.
Oh.
And then we fade to black.
Oh, I'm sleeping with the enemy.
And that's the session.
Bombshell.
And that's the session.
Finally.
Wolfsbane's choice in women is questionable.
The fact that he chooses women at all.
Okay. Theta. I think
Yeah.
the lava thing you worked on your first goal for like unlocking further potential because you use that power in a way to
Yeah.
do
Well,
that.
how much? Yeah. That was the idea. Because I was
Yeah.
like, we're not doing anything. I'm gonna stick my fucking hand in some shit.
Yeah, might as well. Surviving this war. You worked on procuring tools that would help you in surviving if you
Yeah,
were
the
faced
mace.
with the war. So that's another working towards. And then I don't know that you. I mean, in the same vein of making yourself more powerful, I guess you could say that you worked on it.
I'll take that.
Yeah, and you're level 11, correct?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what that comes out to. Drum roll, please. 1650.
How? Well, how much?
1650 XP. 1650. And then Wolfsbane. Kill Desmond. You're working on getting weapons. I'll allow that to be a working towards.
And upgrading my weapon with the Firestone.
Yeah. You work towards getting to the underground city. And you also work towards getting some stuff from Shaper. So
Ooh.
that would come out to 1800 XP.
Cool, I'm level 12, so
I'm going to bed.
peace out.
Alrighty then. See you guys later.
Peace.
Bye. See you next week.
How much XP was it?
1800.
1800.
Yeah.
Cool, level up.
Bye bye.
See you
See you
around.
later.